All right. Goes real good.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Check.
And I might just
Sounds
go
good.
around and kind of adjust the levels because it's
Yeah.
balanced.
All right.
I'll kind of just play it by ear.
Now, are you gonna do the intros of the comedians, or do you want me to the comics?
You can say, "Hey, Deepu," and tell us who's here.
Okay,
Take
cool.
us around the room.
All right.
Take us around the room.
Well, this is so great because I'm so used to doing mine for so long without a producer here. That I have a producer here. This is great.
You should be like, hey, Deepa, why don't you go outside and wash that Camry real quick? I could use you for everything.
That's great. Oh, it's such a
would
pleasure
laugh-
to
Yeah, I
have
know.
a fucking like a co-pilot on this thing.
The one we did
I
at
need those
ESPN,
headphones. Yours are on that table over there.
the one we did at ESPN, they have
Yeah.
producers walking in notes
Oh yeah.
as we're doing it.
Check.
And the guy handed me something and he was like, say that again.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, wow,
Every
this is incredible.
all those
Check,
radio
check,
stations,
check.
all that
Oh,
stuff.
that's
They're
awesome.
just-
We were in Michael K's studio.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Fucking amazing.
Okay. Michael Caine.
Don't look right in the moment.
Yeah. And Peter Rosenberg.
My favorite clip is of who's that guy that fell asleep talking about Tim Tebow?
Oh, no, he fell asleep while Sweeney Murdy was talking about the Yankees, right?
Who did?
Francesa.
Mike Frances. That's right.
Did you really fall
He
asleep?
fell asleep twice on the air. People still call him and give him shit for it. People will call him and be like, yeah, I want to talk about the Yankees trade. And they'll put him on and be like, hey, buddy, you going to fall asleep again? And he just hangs up on him. He's like, I get the jokes, okay? I fell asleep.
Funny.
You know, I don't sleep that much. I'm very busy. He fell asleep twice on the air. And he's on TV.
Mhm.
That's all on TV. It's like simulcast.
Yeah, somebody was asking if he was drunk or not. I don't think he was.
No.
I think he's just tired.
He's just a big fat guy, man. Sometimes we get tired, yo.
Tired out of nowhere.
Okay. You want?
Smoking after this. You could.
Yeah.
We'll go to a place that lets you smoke and eat.
Yeah?
So you just sit there and eat, right?
All right, cool.
I guess we're ready to go. Let's do it.
Is it 5? It's about to be, right?
Yeah, the tweet's gonna go out at 5, and you can retweet it on your phone.
Oh shit! All right.
What do you use to schedule the tweet? Hootsuite?
I use Buffer.
It's
All right.
I gotcha.
We're going.
Welcome to the funniest podcast on the planet Earth.
This is going to be a clusterfuck.
This podcast has no rules.
Talking to the mic, asshole.
I'm sure I've already said, should I regret?
Can I get a microphone?
I always try to keep it like a comic hang. I have a bunch of guys on. It's just us sitting down and yapping. Sometimes it's hilarious. Sometimes it's intent. No topics, no directions. I love doing it.
Play both sides of the coin.
That's how a host does, you motherfucker. I'm honored that you think my podcast is popular enough where I might affect somebody's life.
You never know.
It's Robert Kelly's You Know What Dude podcast on Riotcast.com.
All right, guys, what's up? This is Paul Virzi here, and I am I am yes.
me.
I keep saying, everybody's saying, are you co? And I'm like, no, I'm fucking Bobby today. I was here last week for an amazing one with, who was on it?
Anthony Cumia,
Yeah.
we had Casey Balsham.
And we got into it, and it got a little political and nuts, but fun. And then
Really? With Anthony Cumia? Shocking.
yeah. And then they asked me to do this, and I'm thrilled to be here. And I have you, Deepu. I have a co-pilot here.
Yeah, Paul is so excited to have a producer in the studio as opposed to just like someone he emails.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been doing my podcast for 6 years, and when I fuck up, it's like I just either have to, I have to stop everything, or I have to go back. I have to make sure it's recorded, and it's always me.
Dude, every listener knows when you hear Lloyd, there's a pause after that, and
Oh,
then
I
you
always,
come back.
yeah, the middle of my podcast, like people like that though.
Yeah, it's
They
great.
were like, "Don't take it out." So my dog Lloyd, I would be in the middle of like some fucking rant or something.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Lloyd,
It's like
you
epic.
fucking," and everyone's like, "You got to keep that in there." So I'm
Yeah.
either yelling at my cats, my kids, or my dog during it. But here I have Deepu, and we also have amazing guests. One is also coming. Do you want to?
Yeah, our first guest today is Alexis Guerreros
What up, everybody?
of Cooligans fame.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cooligans blowing
Does everyone
up.
like soccer? Please stop calling me gay. I can hear it already.
All right, we lost listeners already.
Yeah, yeah, I said
Who
soccer.
liked
like,
soccer? They were like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, no, I can't."
I
Let's
think
get
I'm
going."
listening to a European podcast or something
they're,
weird.
They're like the Super Bowls this week. What's
yeah,
going
I
on?
can't do it yet.
We also have Luchana Gatica in the studio.
Yeah.
Luchana
Thank you
Gatica.
for pronouncing my
Two
name
Latinos.
correctly.
Is it
I know.
Luchana?
Luchana, yes.
Luchana. And where are you from?
Well, I was
Or your family?
Chilean, Irish, German. So half Chilean, half Irish, German.
Oh, okay.
There you
Do you
go.
go to Chile?
I haven't since I was a little girl, but I want
Well, you're
that
not
to
allowed
be
to
my...
anymore.
I
so
know.
it's part of the band.
I don't know if I'll be let back in.
Yeah.
If I,
I think,
You're
wait.
too
I'm
brown.
going to postpone that trip for another 4 to 8 years, hopefully 4.
And we also have Yannis Pappas joining
Yes.
us later on in the show today.
Giannis,
Whenever
my
he's
good
ready.
friend who I
Yeah.
ran into last night and always stay out way too late. Giannis is one of those guys, like, Giannis and I are close, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, like us. But when I see Giannis, I know. I remember back in the day, Burr would say every time I saw DeRosa, we would just go, fuck. Because we knew it meant that they were going to be out.
It's an
and that's
all-nighter.
kind of what's happening with Giannis now, because we both smoke the cigars and we both like to, go out, hang, shoot the shit. We always end up at a diner.
Right.
And it turns in, and I have an hour drive home. And I'm like, no, if I leave at 1:30, then I'm like, wow, it's 2.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, dude, it's 3. I'm going to get home at 4. And it's always a fucking nightmare. So sometimes it's good when you don't see those people.
Yeah.
But I just found out,
Yeah.
are going to no longer be smoking the sticks for a while.
Just
huh?
for a little bit.
All right.
My wife works at a cancer hospital.
All right.
And she just got some whole thing that says it's like smoking 15 cigarettes. And I'm like, nah, baby. I'm like, the first thing I said, I was like, you can't prove that. I'm like, where are you getting this information? And she's like, you idiot. I work in the cancer hospital in the world. I'm like, oh, yeah, good point.
That means Bobby Kelly smokes.
Yeah.
Bobby Kelly must smoke fucking 4 packs of cigarettes a day.
He smoked one tobacco farm yesterday.
yeah.
I thought you don't inhale. I don't
You
know
do not.
how to smoke
You don't,
cigars,
but the smoke,
still,
you
I
want to
see,
pull the
got it.
smoke back and out. And
Yeah.
essentially, it travels through your esophagus so much that it's the equivalent of, because it's so big. I don't
Well,
know.
I will tell you this. Luciana's right about something, because I went to my doctor and I was like, look, my wife is giving me shit. My wife gives me shit about
Yeah.
it, because I love a steak. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll smoke fucking. I love to smoke a good
Dude,
cigar.
if I smell like cigars, Deal say, be like, you were hanging out with Virzi today, weren't you? And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah.
So I guess they say that the main smokers in the comedy scene in New York would be myself, Aaron Berg,
Who just
Yeah, I
quit.
was gonna
Bobby.
say Aaron
No, I
Berg.
saw him yesterday outside smoking.
He says he's quitting.
Oh, I hope I
just
didn't
put him
ruin
on
it. Yeah, I
blast.
just put him on blast. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's fucking girls listening like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
I know he did quit, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Oh, no, he wasn't smoking.
Wink, wink.
That wasn't. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
no. So it's Berg, myself, obviously Bobby,
Yeah.
Giannis. I would say you're probably
Yeah.
like tier 2.
I'm second level.
You're second level,
yeah.
but you're still in the category.
Yeah, I'm in the game.
And you want to know what's funny about it is when you go on the road, Like even when I was in Canada, I was performing in Canada, and they were like, "What's this whole thing with like New York comics smoking cigars now? Like people see us doing it."
I'm from LA, and no one does that there.
Of course
like,
not, because it's not organic.
Well, yeah,
you know?
that's true.
But
but I've never, like, well,
Can I get a free range cigar? Is that possible?
do you have like an electric cigar? Maybe
They
They're
do,
actually,
by the
they're
way.
actually making
They
that
do?
shit. Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
brutal.
God.
It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Let's,
Dude,
you know what? Since she's
I'd rather
here-
get cancer before I'd smoke. I'd be like 15 cigars now. I don't give a shit.
an e-cigar is just like,
Can't
it's like,
do it.
dude, either smoke a fucking stick or not.
Yeah.
You know
Or
what
don't.
I mean? Yeah.
Stand next to the guy smoking the cigar. You don't need to be out there with that electric cigar. Right, guys? Right, fellas? Let me know when we're all done so I can unplug my cigar.
Isn't that just like a
It's
vape?
blue.
Yeah.
It's like a blue fucking flame or green.
It's plugged into your fucking dashboard.
That's so. Let's do this. Let's talk about this. Is what I want to talk about. It's actually good that we have because I've been talking to people about this a lot. Now, how long have you been in the New York comedy scene now?
It'll be 3 years in March.
3 years. I remember you when you were first got here. I saw you at Gotham, I believe.
I wasn't even gonna move here. You were like one of the people who he was like the first comic I met here in New York, and he was like, "You should move here." I was like, "Nah."
Because you came from the LA scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I always
it was-
wanted to live here, but then I just kind of gave up on it in my late 20s. I was like, I'm not moving across the country. I'm not going to like winter and shit.
Yeah.
And then, and I was just visiting. That was my first time.
And it
in
was
Gotham.
Juice, right?
Yeah, it was Juice,
Yeah.
Comedy Juice. And
Great
it was
show.
like in October of like 2013. And then, I remember you talking to you. You're like, you should move here. Like, you would do really well. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't think so.
Can't believe he lied to you.
Well, that's what
I know. It's all your fault. Now I'm here
She's like, so I'm begging
talking
for
into
money.
a saliva-filled microphone.
Yeah, you ruined it. Like
Smells
now
like
I'm like
slobber.
staying. Now I'm
I
just
know.
yakking
I
shit.
won't go near this thing.
Yeah.
I'll get Febreze.
I got fucking Bobby.
Yeah, Febreze is going to kill the bacteria. Don't even worry about the
This
Febreze.
thing is fucking infested with Bobby
Yeah,
breath.
yeah. You smelling that? That's
yeah.
15 cigarettes on its own.
I wish it did smell
Yeah.
like cigars. So now I guess this is the thing. A lot of people when people go out to Los Angeles, it's either hate. Like a lot of people just hate it. Like a lot of East Coast are just like, nah, you know. And I was out there visiting. You know, I went out there for I performed at the Orpheum. I opened for Burr on New Year's Eve. Me and my wife went out there.
I heard that show was incredible.
And that show was crazy. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. That show was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was me, Bartnick, Lawhead Burr. It was just
Four Horsemen, man.
it was a Four Horsemen. It was fucking awesome.
On New Year's Eve.
On
That's a
New
great
Year's,
show.
yeah, at 2 shows, but my wife, we're driving around, and my wife is like, I can't live here, you know, but I feel like this is just me. When I was in LA the first time, I was like, I get the weather, I get the sights. The sights would be like seeing the mountains and shit. Like it's
yeah.
cool, it's nice.
Dude, I drove to San Diego. I was like, this is ridiculous.
It's a beautiful landscape. The weather is great. I also like that it gets a little cold at night because of the desert, but I didn't love it. But then my second time going, I stayed for like a week, and something about it changed. I was like, I kind of like it. I kind of like the fucking helicopters flying around. I kind of like the weather. I kind of like it. And then I noticed I miss it. But I will say this. I think I can do it like 2-week increments or a month. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got kids. I love the seasons and shit.
Yeah.
But not that matters. But I think it's cool for my kids to have fucking snow.
Yeah, no,
and
100%.
have,
It makes you a better person. No offense
Yeah.
to
It
anyone.
makes
from
you.
the-
I don't know about a better person.
No, I do. I
that's
think
a
it
little,
does. No, because if you have fucking perfect weather all year round, there's something wrong with your head. You
Yeah.
never get that time off. You don't get that snow. I can't go outside. You don't miss people. You know, like the first week of spring in the city.
It made
That's like
me-
the fucking greatest.
All right, so
week.
let's say
Yeah,
this. Let's say
it's
maybe you're
true.
more balanced. I don't know about better.
Nah, I think it makes you a better person.
I
You get better
never-
DNA. I'm telling you, you get better.
Your insides.
You're a better inside.
Yeah.
You're just a
Yeah.
better human
I mean,
being.
it's not. I mean, maybe it's not that we're better. It's just that they're so shitty, you know, over there. It's just what it is. I think it's too much of a good thing out there. I
Yeah.
love visiting LA because when you get out there, you're like, oh, this is great, and then a week later, you're like, all right, I get it. I can't wait to go back. And I'm not one of those guys who's like, oh, you can't get a good slice. I mean, I am that guy, actually. But, you know, that doesn't
Yeah.
bother me. Like, the topography doesn't bother me. The geography. What really bothers me is like, and you know what it is? This time I found it's the comedians that I really like out there. It's literally everyone else in that city. That's not
Yeah.
just like a regular dude from like Los Angeles. I'm talking
Right.
like the actors, the people from
Yes.
their towns that consider themselves the hottest, the cutest, that go to that fucking city.
Yes.
They're just the shittiest
They're-
people.
yeah.
I can't be around them.
Yeah.
I can't be around these stupid conversations like, so what do you do? What do you draw? I don't give a fuck
I
about
know.
you. And I don't want you to
Alexis
give a fuck
came
about
in
me.
hot
It's true.
I had a lot of coffee.
When I remember meeting Paul and he was like, yeah, you should move here. And he was so nice. Like I didn't know him, but he
Yeah.
was like, hey, what's up? Like,
You don't get people
and
like this in
I
LA.
did not expect that when I moved here. I
Really?
didn't know any comedians.
Really?
I was like, I did not expect to be embraced the way I was by
Right.
the comedy community in New York City. Like it's unbelievable by especially women, because women, like the female comedians in LA are all like hot girls, and a lot of them are my friends. If you're listening, I still love you. But a lot, they're just like hot girls, and they're like, oh my god, it's like so like crazy, like doing stand up because I'm hot. You
I love
know,
it.
and it's
Some
like,
of them are my friends. I love you, but they're like, oh my god.
no, but
that's
it's like
hilarious.
every hot girl just
Yeah.
thinks it's so ironic. Oh my god, I'm gonna do stand up because it's like so ironic because they're all actresses. You know what I mean? And it's like it's
reminds
just
me of
there's
this-
it's so crazy, and it's just also there are no like I see so many like lineups in LA and flyers, and none of them have a female comedian on it, and I'm like, really, guys, really? Like at the Laugh Factory, at the Comedy Store, like all of them, and here every show has a woman on it, and
Yeah.
just like the way, like I remember one of the first, I think Yannis actually was one of the first comedians I met too, and Chris DiStefano at the stand. Like I was just hanging out there because people were like hanging out at the stand, and I remember them being like, oh, welcome, and those are people like I respect, like people like you guys who are like, I met you right away, I think. People that
Like
I
Millhouse
actually
introduced
respect
us.
as comedians who I think are so very talented, who have done great things. You guys have. And I remember, them being like, hey, and it wasn't like in LA where they're just trying to bang you. It was like nothing like that. They were
No, they're
just
still
actually.
doing that here.
I'm sure they probably.
Oh yeah, well
They're just
yes,
being-
but
they're just not being as direct about
they
it.
weren't in particular. They were just
Yeah.
like, hey, welcome, whatever. And then I would see them 2 weeks later and they'd be like, hey, Luchana, like, how's it going? How are you liking New York? Like, what's going on? In LA, I can't tell you. There's one comic specifically, I won't name his name, but he is such a piece of shit. Like, I've met him. He's
I
well
know, I
known. You
know.
guys know who he is. And he, I'm sorry, I don't care how funny you are. If I've met you 7 times, I've brought you up on stage before, we've done the same shows, etc. Like, and you don't remember meeting me. And I just saw him at the standing room like a couple months ago. And he's like, hey, nice to meet you. And I was just like, I knew it. Like, I saw him and I was like, this
Oh.
fucking guy. And sure enough, and somebody would like Sal, the manager of standing room, was like, oh yeah. And I was like, I fucking hate that guy. Like, I knew he was gonna introduce himself to me again,
Yeah.
even though I
I'm
met
sorry
him
about
like
that.
6 years ago.
Yeah, we all thought it was Virzi.
No, I know it, I know what you mean though. I know what you mean, and
But that's just the difference. They don't give a shit. Like here,
And-
people give a shit, and they're just, it's a different
It's
community.
We're better
also-
people.
But I
We're
think
just
it's
better
also
people.
just there are more spots here. There are more clubs here.
Well, that's what I was gonna
They're
say.
fighting over there,
Yeah.
Like and every time they see a new comic, they're like, this person's gonna take my spots. Where here, it's like, hey, no, like there's spots for everyone.
Well, one thing I think
Come
that
on
I
in.
think here, and I said this. I've said this to young comics. I remember that there's a young kid, Cody Odell. He's a newer comic out here. He's from San Antonio. I saw him work, and I go, look, it's like what Chris Rock said. He goes,
You're
doesn't
like
matter.
the Godfather, just
like,
going
it's
up
like,
to like new
no,
comics.
it's just-
in
no,
town.
it's
Virzi single-handedly is increasing the rent in Manhattan in New York City.
Because
Still,
if-
everybody's
like,
got to
hey,
move to New
kid.
York.
No, if I see somebody that I like and I think I see somebody that's funny or can be funny or somebody that's vulnerable, and I'm just like, look, man, if you want to get better, I think this is no disrespect to comics in LA. When I go out to LA, yeah, I'll get up on like, I have some people know me, so I could get up on like a weekend at the Improv, but other places don't. I'd have to get like either hookups or something. They don't know me out there.
Yeah.
But I do notice when I do perform out there and you get real on stage or the crowd sees it differently. Like I've noticed that they're just like, oh shit, because I don't think they're getting a lot. Now there's definitely monsters out there.
Yeah, there's-
100%.
there's killers out
There's
there.
absolute killers. I'm not going to sit here
Yeah.
and say, but
And there's a lot of low-key killers, people that don't get the respect, don't have that high-level buzz.
Right.
And I'm like, man, these guys are great.
But I think the New York scene, like this is the closest I've seen to like a Montreal Just for Laughs show where you look at the lineup and you're just like, Saturday night, Friday, Saturday night at the Stand.
Yeah.
Stacked.
Also when you look at Friday, Saturday night at the Cellar or the Stand and you look at
New York,
them, you're just
even
like
New York Comedy Club. I mean, yeah.
New York Comedy Club, like all of these like great clubs in New York, and there's a lot. You look at the
Comedy Juice on a Tuesday.
You look at the lineups and it's like this is
ridiculous.
fucking. This is like it can only get you better. But I agree with you. I don't think people are that. Listen, we all have the the competitive thing. We all have that.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did that person get that? I want
For
that.
sure,
I mean,
yeah.
to say that doesn't exist is crazy. But that's a human thing. That's not a geographical or a regional thing. That's a human thing, I think. But I think here it's just like everybody knows everybody's funny. And everybody just knows everybody continues to get funnier, and you just kind of just hang and like, hey man, we're doing this show tonight. It's going to be a fucking killer lineup, Yeah. And I mean, I don't know what it's like out there as far as the people. I have friends that are out there. Some of my best friends are out in LA, and they love it,
But like you're talking about more established comedians, you know what I mean? Like you go to like when you're out there like banging it out in the clubs where no one's got anything yet. The guys they've all accomplished. They're all names, Like, and though some of them are my friends too, but like I'm talking about like your regular comics, the people I'm quote unquote competing with, if you will, that are on my level. You go out there. I was surprised. I expected everyone to be a fucking douche. I just expected because that's what you think of LA, especially for those of us from the East Coast. You're like, oh, they're gonna give me a fucking headshot, or they're gonna shake my hand and look past me, all that shit. And I gotta be honest, some of that happened, of course, but like, and that some of that happens here.
Right.
Some of the most incredible people, But again, you got to live out here if you want to be a good person.
But that's also because they know you're coming from New York, and they're like every comic in LA knows that like they can't touch comedy in New York. Like you can't.
And now that I think about it, though, the women out there that are doing stand up are really like attractive.
Yeah.
Now that I'm like thinking about it, and I'm just like, as I'm going through the places that I've been, I'm like, wait a minute, like why the fuck is she
why are you
doing
on stage?
I know.
Like I'm thinking about it, and because you planted that seed, and now that I'm thinking about, like, I remember being at the Improv, I remember walking in, and like it's very like done up, like camera ready.
Yeah,
fucking,
they all look like Real Housewives.
it doesn't look like somebody rolled out of bed and like in the New York scene and walked 10 blocks and goes to do a fucking
You don't know if this person's going to buy their morning coffee and a cigarette or do comedy. In LA, they're done the hell up. And the funny thing is, I remember there was a female comic, I don't know her name, but she's like a legit 8 in New York, probably in LA 6 or 7. She got on stage and talked about how ugly she was. The body of a model.
Who's this?
I don't know her name, but she hosted in New York.
Yeah.
And the crowd.
I am a fucking dog. And
and the audience was like, there were like these 3 chubby girls from Queens. They couldn't throw more lasers out of their eyes at this girl. They were just like, they had this like real fuck you. I'm not laughing at a fucking thing you say. And she was just like, oh, and then these pretty girls walk in and she's doing this whole thing. And we're all like, dude, that's you. What are you talking
nothing
about?
is worse than when a female's on stage talking about how nobody wants to fuck them, and they're fucking attractive.
Guys in the audience with their hands up.
Like,
Guys like, what are you talking about?
No, it's the word. Like I saw somebody recently in New York, and she's like, yeah, and I'm trying to get laid, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, what?
Yeah.
You know, not that she's like, but it's like, come on, like, don't fucking play the I can't get dick victim.
Right. Don't act like people aren't swiping right, or I don't know if that's the good one. Whatever the good one is. People aren't actively
you
swiping
swipe on
right.
all of them these days.
I don't know any of that stuff. Honestly,
I
feel
know
like
it's an
the
app.
oldest.
I know. I've been married 10 years. Me and you are in the same boat here.
So which one are you? Are you on one?
No, I have a boyfriend now.
You have a boyfriend.
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Oh, nice. How long?
It'll be a year next month.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. From New York?
He's actually from LA, but we met out here on a swipe situation.
Oh, you met on an app?
Yeah.
Is he in the business or no?
No.
He's not in the business.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Smart move.
Yeah, no,
Smart
you
move.
can't.
Yeah, the maniacs. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
talking. I was talking to Yannis about that yesterday. We were eating a burger, and I'm like, dude, I don't know how you can't, like,
Yeah, nah.
just I don't think you could do it. I don't think I could ever.
I
like-
couldn't be with another comic. I thank God my wife's not a comedian.
Well,
I
no,
can't
that's
do
what
it.
I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think it's a really tough kind of,
Yeah.
thing, because no matter what, there's gonna be like, if you're like, oh, I'm going out to LA. I'm going out to LA. I just got this show. There's going to be some sort of resentment.
Yeah.
Like after a while.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it's a great Yannis here. Yannis Pappas. Oh, this is great. This is great because we're talking about comedians dating comedians and if there is resentment in the business.
I wonder if you know anything about that,
Hey,
Yannis.
Yannis, I mean, I swear
Any
to
personal
God,
experience?
Dude, you came in at such a good time. It almost looked like we go, all right, cue Yannis. Cue Yannis. Get him in here. Get him in
Deepu,
here.
go get Yannis.
Deepu went like this to you.
Wave them in.
So let me ask you this
There's
question.
resentment in the business even if you're not dating.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is this, though. If
Yeah.
you're dating a female comic and you happen to, like,
That means you're straight, first off.
Yeah.
Get right.
This might be a stretch for you, but if you're dating a female comic, Yannis,
Yeah.
I tried it.
Yeah. It's not as easy as dating a male comic.
No.
You know?
Still prefer dudes, but yeah.
So if, let's say there's a big show, just for argument's sake, let's say Friday night midnight show at the Stand was like the greatest show that everybody had to get on, right? Like
Yeah.
a JFL fucking showcase nuts, right?
Yeah.
And you lived with a girl and you're dating and one of you get it and both of you wanted it.
Yeah.
When you go home that night, did you feel a little bit of like tension or resentment when one of you got something like that, or no? Or was it hidden? Or was it hidden? Because it definitely existed, no?
Well,
festers.
She only got one thing. Everything else she never got. So I never had the. I never.
Can everyone
I never
Google
even
who
had.
he dated?
I never. Oh, they know. This
I have
podcast
no
knows.
idea.
Jesus, it's been.
Have you only dated one comedian?
I've dated one comedian.
You've only dated one comedian.
One comedian.
Have any of you guys dated comedians?
Nah.
No.
I was married before I got in the game.
He's been married since he.
Luchana's like
Since he
define-
Alexis has been married since he rafted over from Cuba.
The plane took me.
She was on the beach waiting for him.
Yeah.
He was like,
talking about hooking
Nita.
I thought everybody got a white girl when you got here.
Kind of in LA. I went on some dates with some comics, but
You slept with
didn't
comics,
work
is what you're
out.
saying.
Didn't work out.
Yeah.
They just got friend zoned. It's okay.
Okay, yeah.
Ouch.
Banging comics is fun, though. You know, it's a great night out. You guys cracking jokes, you know, then you bang.
A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. For
Yeah,
the
I
show.
would
There's a
feel.
lot
I
of
would feel like it
pressure.
would
It's a lot of
suck to
pressure.
do that.
No, it's fun to bang. It's fun to hook up. I mean,
Giannis is somebody loud? Yeah, yeah. This is.
I think he's loud.
Bobby's not here. The whole fucking thing falls apart.
Oh, we got Deepu. That's it's
I hear
amazing.
myself?
This-
Yeah.
I said it's unbelievable having this guy.
Bobby didn't leave the Deepu stick to hit him.
Oh, yeah, no, there's two dildos right
Yeah,
up
you
there.
got to hit him with the dildo.
Dude, Virzi looked at that dildo and was like, I ain't touching that thing.
Yeah, at first I was like, no, I'm good.
I'm not going
Do you got you got papers for this fucking show, man? You better not try to go visit your relatives. You may not make it back in the country at this juncture.
Yeah, we said.
was valid till yesterday.
Really?
More like deported. Am I right?
Deported.
There's the name of your first special.
Deported, yeah.
There's the name of your first CISO special.
Yeah.
Because they're giving them to anybody.
Nobody.
Oh!
Something nobody will see. So.
Giannis coming in
No,
hot.
that's what they should call it.
Yeah,
No,
nobody sees.
nobody CISOs.
I heard somebody like I
And then
guess
Comedy Central should say, we're airing your special and then we're hiding it forever.
You said, what is it? Comedy Central is the best place.
It's the best place to hide your special.
That was so perfect.
Do you know how many comedians I know have done hours that nobody knows who the fuck they are? Like
No,
it's
you
almost
can't
like
find it,
It's
yeah.
almost like a set. It's just like
Yeah.
doing a set.
Yeah.
So listen,
They
I want
actually
to go.
film it at an open mic.
I want to go back to this. I want to go back to this real quick. So if you hook up, because I never did this. This is foreign to me. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know this. I've been married.
Well, you're like
I'm in a-
you're grown up with a family and kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a legitimate adult.
Yeah, like because I fucking had sex and fucked around when it was time to,
Yeah.
not when I'm
Yeah.
fucking in my late 30s.
Yeah.
Listen,
No, you did it right.
I'm halfway to you. I'm avoiding the kids and the house and the dog. And
But
the
let me
cat.
ask you something. If you
Yeah.
got blown or if you blew, let's just say, right?
Women could get
a
blown.
comedian, and then see that person the next day on a showcase. Isn't it like when you walk in the room, is it a little fuck? It's got to be a little fucking
Deepu,
weird,
is it
right?
weird if you blew a guy and then you see him next?
Female comics are pretty cool about that shit.
I guess.
Yeah. Unless if you rape them, then they really get after you on social media.
Well, no, then they have to. Then they tell our police force, which is UCB.
Yeah.
That's our special victims. UCB SVU.
Yeah.
UCB,
That was funny.
SVU.
I wonder if it's got to be more weird for the woman, no?
I just I never took any comedian situation seriously because I
Right.
was just like that's
Right.
not I don't want to date
Right.
a comedian because
Yeah.
it's not going to be a good idea for anybody. But yeah, I mean I imagine I've seen a lot of disasters from comedians dating each other.
Weird, she pointed at you when she said this.
Yeah.
God, subconsciously.
Yeah. Seen a bunch of.
Giannis is like the one they read in the history books.
No, he's the point of reference.
The World War II
Yeah. Oh,
of
you're-
fucking.
Well,
Are
there
you
was-
dating a comedian seriously? Have you heard about Yannis?
Well, everybody talks about 2016 being a bad year, but you know, you got to remember that girl code fame kind of died down, so that's a positive. that was a silver lining. Started to slide. I think it's fallen.
You got to go to Sherwin-Williams and decide what color am I going to dye my hair now.
Well, at that time it was me, Chrissy D. What was this? Fucking 4 years ago now?
Sounds like it.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's me, Chris DiStefano, and Andy Haynes. We were all dating girl code chicks.
Yeah.
So
he
Andy,
broke up with his.
No. Andy was married.
He divorced though.
And she cheated on him. They had an open relationship, which I think I heard rumors. I'm not sure if that's positive, but no, she dumped him too after girl code.
Oh.
So the three of us would commiserate. We really bonded. I bonded with Andy too. We texted each other back and forth. You know.
Big Arsenal fan.
Yeah. Chrissy D caught it. Chrissy D
Every time you bring up soccer, it gets nothing.
The ratings.
It's Super Bowl week, Alexis.
Question. I'm gonna listen. I am fighting so hard.
He's trying to throw in any kind of fucking soccer pun, any line, and
dude,
everything is just.
You have no idea.
If you knew our audience, it wouldn't be a good. You would know it's not a good idea.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I've noticed that all these
Who the fuck is this soccer guy?
Who laid a gay guy on there?
all these audiences for a lot of these like podcasts, don't they seem like they're all kind of O&A kind of spillovers? Like, you know what, dude? Legion of Skanks.
Yeah, we're all
Andy
spin-offs.
Comina. It's all like all the fans.
Yeah.
Whenever you see the people tweeting at you, whenever we've brought up gun control on here, I get like just fucking 20. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Go debate Cumia.
Yeah.
Go debate him.
Yeah.
Get on Dave Smith's show.
Yeah.
Come on, pussy. Like,
Sounds about
gee.
right.
A lot of red
Yeah.
votes. A lot of
Yeah.
Staten Islanders listen to this.
Not on all podcasts. I think.
No, I'm talking about this, like this, like the tentacles.
The vocal ones are like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just they're all kind of from O&A. They're all like sort of the spin-offs of O&A for fans. Fans just
I don't
kinda,
know. All I know is there's always, no matter what you do in this business, and you could it could be great, and you'll get 25 tweets, but there'll be two. There'll be two that you're like, do I go at this guy?
Yeah.
You know, they'll always be like, it'll be like, oh, I loved you on that show. Oh, you did a great job. And you're like, oh, yeah. And then there's one person like, what a stupid fucking opinion.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and it's so fucking over the top. And you're just like, but then you look at them and they got 9 followers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the, why would
no
why
profile
am I fighting
pic.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an egg.
And what I've
Like,
realized-
with an egg.
Yeah, a
Profile
lot of
pic looks like a registered sex offender.
yeah, and it's always the third pick. Just one like a blurry guy with a beard and glasses.
Yeah.
The other two is like a fucking Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Yeah. Or the guys are really angry. It's a photo of their dad when they were in the army. It's always like a
funny.
picture of their like grandpa's
That's
naval
funny, yeah.
photo.
Or like an
And they're
American
just like-
flag and an eagle
Yeah.
as that back picture.
The eagle has a gun and
Yeah.
it's shooting up a school. This is America. Jesus.
But you know what I realized is a lot of them.
The Eagles got a gun. I never heard that one before.
God damn it! You gotta fucking arm these eagles.
If every eagle had a gun, terrorism wouldn't be a problem.
Oh, shit.
You know what I've noticed? Though? A lot of them just want you to respond. I've
Yeah.
Yes,
actually
no,
Yeah.
that's
when
it.
I've responded, like seriously, like Jesus, dude. Like when I just asked, like, why are you fucking? They're always like, hey man, love you, big fan, just fucking around. I'm like,
Yeah.
you got a weird way of showing it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I don't think
Well,
your mom's a
that's-
faggot.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan.
I don't want your pets dead.
Yeah.
I'm just, yeah, you're
I really
right.
don't know where you live, and I don't have a gun. I'm actually just a big fan.
But it is hilarious.
that is-
Comedians are the only ones who cannot fucking resist responding
No,
to
but I
the
think a
one
lot-
troll.
I think a
can't.
lot. No, but I do, except I had a Sandy Hook.
But you
I'm
learned
doing
that.
Yeah, I had a Sandy Hook guy because I'm doing a shooting joke, and he hit me up, and I had to. There was something in me that I had to go back at the guy,
Right.
and it wasn't crazy, but no, for the most part, when people go that fucking hard or say something that they don't like, the best thing to do is to not. But you're right. I've went somebody and they're like,
Is it-
"Hey man, all love." Just it's like, don't fucking come at me like that.
Yeah, it's
then.
like you got a
don't
weird
come
way-
at me that.
You
Like
got a
that.
weird way of showing it.
yeah. I think they think 'cause
Skippy or Skeeter.
yeah. Because we shit on each other, they think like that's how I gotta talk to them.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're not my friend. You gotta come at me with some respect.
Not only are we not friends,
No.
we're fragile people, okay?
No, but-
we're doing this because we need your approval
right.
deep down.
We don't do comedy because we don't have a lack of ego and need gratification.
I'm not standing up on a wood plank for fucking chicken fingers on a Tuesday night
Yeah.
because my
Yeah,
mom
but-
hugged me all the
Yeah.
time.
Don't you
Exactly.
feel though? Don't you feel that like that goes away? Like I feel like now it's not about as much pleasing them. It's more for me a little bit now. Like I don't feel like it's as much. Like if I do it because
No.
I used to be afraid.
Yeah.
I used to be afraid, and I used to get upset when something didn't work. You know, I remember one time a long time ago I was in South Carolina performing, and I looked at a comment card. And like this lesbian woman, I was like 4 years into comedy, 3 years maybe, and she's like, how did he win any contest? And it was like a light crowd, and I just talked to her partner.
What contest did you win?
It was a fucking like when I was like 03, like a contest to go to like a Vegas comedy festival or something. Like that was like the only credit I had, right?
Oh, and you got brought up. Remember those days when you you're like, you heard this guy once
Yeah.
outside of the Sirius XM building talking to another
Yeah.
comic who was going up to be on a show.
Yeah, well, remember your first, like when your first credit was serious, and that was it. You were psyched. You were like, yeah, like you finally were like, I got one. I got one to give him.
I used to
Yeah.
use Chappelle's show as a credit.
No.
And I was in it in the background. I was the guard. I was in the background, and Donnell was like, "Yo, you got to cheat to the camera, son." He was like, "Turn out," because I was just profile. So he was like, "I cheated like 3 ways just so you could kind of see my face."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Wait,
Giannis
I'm
is staring.
I'm blurry in the background. I'm not even in focus, so you can't even tell it's me." And I got brought up as
shit.
you've seen him on Chappelle's show for probably 10 years.
Your website is a screen cap.
Yeah.
You used that one last
I
week.
used that one last week. Yeah.
You seen this guy?
You seen this guy on Chappelle's show? He knows co-creator. He knows friends of Dave Chappelle. Give it up.
He walked on the same sidewalk as Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. He got his makeup done while Dave Chappelle was in the room.
I
that's
used
so
to work with
funny.
a kid whose credit was Game Show Network because he was sitting just behind the contestant.
No.
So he was on for
No.
most of the half hour.
That's great.
Because he was on in the background. I'm like, I was like, that's not a credit.
Yeah,
I'm like, but people saw me. I'm like, I guess.
So you got to do it at the
Yeah.
beginning. You need a credit.
No.
Speaking of Jessie May, she had a funny one. She had a real funny
We
one.
were done talking about it.
No, but I just want to bring it up.
Speaking of Jessie May,
Yeah.
going
It made
back.
me think of Jessie May because she was on before we started dating. She was on Last Comic Standing, but she was on the part where they make fun of you. You know, and they show that montage of like
shit.
you
Yeah,
bombing,
yeah.
and then she used that as a credit for like 4 years.
But there was a period of time when they first did it that like every comic I ran into used Last Comic Standing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when they used to do that linescape, like they would dolly past people in the line, they're like, credit.
Dude, I was like 14
credit.
people back.
I'm behind the guy holding
Yeah.
the 2 puppets.
Oh.
You see me?
No, but don't you find I do find it like I used to worry what they thought and if somebody would say something bad, and now it's like I almost get, maybe it's because I get defiant with it now that it doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt me anymore. It used to hurt me.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt me anymore if somebody
Are you
doesn't.
being
'cause
honest?
I am being honest. I am being honest.
being honest.
I'm being honest. It doesn't hurt
So why'd
me.
you respond to that guy?
The Sandy Hook one bothered me because I looked up
Because the
his-
guy had
I
a good
looked-
point.
I looked up
Children
his
were
page.
killed. You're like, you know, you got kind of a good point. I mean, they
No.
were 6 years old, so
Yeah, I'm not going to change anything I said.
But his
I'm
point.
not gonna change it. But you make a good point. You know.
Nah, I disagree. I think
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, I
I'm
know,
joking.
but I looked at his page and I just saw like all the fucking pictures, and I wanted
You
part
mean
of-
his dead
I
baby
wanted-
son in his arms? Just like
He's got a credit. He was on the news holding his dead kid.
So this guy. Oh no, I don't even want to make the joke. I don't even want to make the joke, dude. You made like you set me up, and I'm like, I can't fucking
put it
finish
on
this
a
punch.
tee.
I can't finish this punch.
this is the part. This is when we talk about shit like this. This is where fucking all the W know what dude fans start taking their dicks out and start
Yeah.
stroking them. Like, oh yeah, dead babies. And
Yeah.
now we're back. Now we're back, baby.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it was one of those things where part of me wanted to prove him wrong and also show compassion for what happened. So I was like, I could give a double whammy to this guy.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what? I was like, I did the joke again. The next
You
day.
wanted him to feel guilty for coming at you.
No, well, what I said was, if you listened to the joke,
Yeah.
if you actually listened to the premise of my joke, you would know that I'm not pro mass shooting, and it's my fucking head, and it's the shit that I'm thinking about. I said, but you heard a buzzword. You heard a buzzword, and as soon as you heard the buzzword because of where you're from, you went. And I said, you got to understand, you're in a comedy venue. And then I said, I'm not an asshole. I said, I'm actually a loving husband and father, and you fucking listened to, and everyone else, no one else had a problem with it. But it made me feel good for two
Then he
reasons.
called your wife, and she was like, he's all right sometimes. You know.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's coming home at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
He's like, I checked with your wife. You were smoking sticks with Yannis Pappas till 6 in the morning. Well, you know the roads were bad. Yeah. I had to wait for the roads.
I had the roads today.
Yeah, right.
I got 2
It was
hours in
icy.
between.
That's a 3-stick. That's a 3-stick ice cleanup out there.
Hey, when's your
Salt
first
out?
set
We got
tonight?
room for
9
one.
I'm at stand up. I think I just got one.
What time?
9 something.
Oh, I got a 9:10. We got 2 hours.
We got
to
2
kill.
hours stand.
So,
I might my
Smoke
wife
on
might be
some
mad
stuff.
at me
oh,
after
listen
this.
to this. Listen to this. No, hold on. Let me do it.
All right.
Alexis is no longer smoking sticks because Dee works in a hospital and said that it's like smoking 15
A
cigarettes.
cancer
She
hospital.
works for the premier cancer
Yeah.
hospital.
Yes.
Wait till next time we get together.
This
He'll
might
be
be-
smoking one.
What do you mean, an hour?
No. Yeah. He'll
I
smoke
might,
one.
I might be apologizing to her.
Yeah,
via
he'll
text
smoke.
in the next
Just
hour.
lie. Just be like, I was hanging out with Virzi. You know, he smells
I
like
smell
cigars
like
all the
it.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can-
what do
I
you
hug
know?
Bird.
Yeah.
You know? Dude, he put his coat over mine. I'm like, you got to take your coat off of my coat.
Yeah.
This guy smokes cigars.
What
like
do
a
you
monster.
mean, Alexis? I had 3 sticks.
This next guy coming to the stage.
Absolutely hilarious.
My favorite thing about him, he's like, yeah, look at this guy, ice his face. All right, your next comic coming to the stage.
Oh no, I love Bird
You know what I'm talking about, right? Black chick who takes cum on the face. All right, next up. We just started the show. How about you? Does your pussy look good? Does it peel it open? Do you send that pic? You send your pic wide open like it looks like they're about to do surgery on it? Coming to the stage, guys. Your first comedian.
He did this to me and Virzi.
Remember?
We were at the stand.
I go, I love how Berg will just say the most fucking horrific, disgusting thing and then bring you up. And I like clockwork. He's like, yeah, do you like something like black cock?
Yeah.
He goes, this next guy coming to the stage.
This girl looks like she takes black cock. Coming to the stage,
To an
everybody.
old lady. He goes, yeah, you're old. Are you going to stay awake? Do you remember the first time you fucked a black guy? Anyway,
Coming to the stage. This guy's absolutely hilarious.
literally did it as we were saying it.
He said to an old woman,
An old
"Do you take
woman.
black cock?"
Do you remember the first time you had a black cock? Yeah, you do. All right, your next guy will come to the stage.
You guys like my new baby gators? I got them at Kids Foot Locker. You like them? They're size 6 kids. I'm gonna go outside and smoke a Churchill in negative 2.
I've never seen a guy smoke a stick in more hazardous weather. Hazardous fucking weather. Like
Berg's
I thought
the
I was
best.
bad. I thought
He's
I was
also
bad.
Canadian. That's summer for him. He doesn't.
Yeah, guys. I love Berg.
He's the best.
Oh,
he's the best.
he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. The black cock thing kills me. It's so funny.
You took 4 black cocks, didn't you? All right, coming to the stage. You ready, Virzi?
He's like, you old whore. Here's Virzi. He doesn't even. He cuts it out.
He opens the show like that.
He does.
Who's the dirtiest?
His first 10, 15 minutes is just like black cock, fucking.
Yeah.
And
I
then you're
got
up there, you're like, you guys want to hear about my day? Or no, you've already been desensitized? All right. I guess I'll talk about plowing someone's asshole open.
Yeah. Hey, have this clever observation. No? All right.
No, all right, you guys.
So kids get shot, right? You gotta start with the mass shooting joke when Berg is the host.
Oh,
It's like, before I listen to some classical music, I always like to start it with some NWA. Niggas Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Who's the filthiest comic you've ever seen as far as over the
Jason
top?
Rouse.
Who?
Jason Rouse, by far. Jason Rouse.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I've never seen Jason Rouse.
I don't know him.
I know who he is. I never saw him.
Funny, a good friend. I mean, I've been friends with Jason, fucking
Dirtiest ever?
6. Oh, my God, not even close.
Ever?
Yeah, ever. Nobody's even close to him.
He makes Berg look like what?
He, Jason is like as dirty as you can go. He's like the filthiest, dirtiest. He used to have a big joke about fucking a retarded girl. That was like his closer. This is how dirty Rouse is. He did Down and Dirty on HBO with Norton. Remember that show?
And
Jim
they
Norton's
edit it, and they edit out?
And he was the only set that didn't make it to air on a Down and Dirty show, on a blue comedy special
On
HBO.
Which doesn't matter.
They cut his. They cut
Because
his
it was
set.
it was too much?
Because the fucking retarded girls joke.
Ugh.
You know? Yeah, he goes. She'd wake up the next morning. Like, what part of Montreal are you from?
Oh my God!
We'll put your visor down on your helmet, sweetheart.
I never saw him. Now that
She'll
makes me
never
wanna
leave
see
me. I took the wheels off her chair. I mean, it's funny as fuck, but
Jesus.
Oh, he went in, huh?
Oh yeah. He goes in all the time. Yeah.
I hope the guy who was mad at your mass shooting joke is listening to that and is just preparing another tweet.
Rouse, he has made me laugh the hardest though. When I think back at comedians that I've watched, I remember he took me on tour in Canada. He's big in Canada. He's and what he used to do is after his set he'd go get naked in the back, and then just come out and start running around the audience like with his dick and balls tucked between his legs, being like, I dropped the jawbreaker, and he's bending over right, and people be screeching. I was laughing so hard it hurt. Yeah, he used to climb over people, get on the tables.
Naked.
Yeah, naked. And then get up on stage and say just like the funny, does anyone know where I can catch the bus? Just fucking completely butt naked.
Was he drunk?
No, he was just having fun, He's just wild,
He's
man.
just having fun. That's just.
He just put your dick out and jump on a crowd. I mean,
He did it on.
It's
fun. I mean, when you're a
jawbreaker.
comic, and you're, comics, we don't laugh at normal shit, it takes so much.
We're broken.
Yeah, I used to have this idea for a sketch that there was like this clown for comedians that we'd all go privately see, and he'd like fucking kill puppies and stuff. And the only thing that could make us smile, because we're so dead and jaded inside from watching comedy all the time. So he actually did it on a Swedish TV special, and the cops came. Somebody called the cops.
Wait, what did he do? He killed
climbed.
puppies?
No, he didn't kill puppies. No, he he climbed. They started climbing on the audience. He got off stage and started climbing on the audience naked.
Oh.
And like somebody called the cops
go,
in
go.
Sweden. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want some dude's floppy dick
you don't.
fucking hitting your shoulder.
Canadian
But
dick
that's
on your
kind of
back.
that's kind of the fun of it. You know, people don't want it.
They don't even know what a jawbreaker is. They're all just scared.
Yeah,
They never heard. Give him a jawbreaker.
Did you have some new stuff that we could do?
We could cover. We can go through some news stories if you want. We can talk about
Who's in the chat rooms?
Well, a lot of people want to see Luchana take her top off.
Of
So I
course,
figured,
yeah.
let's not.
Fucking gentlemen in there.
Yeah, a lot of respectful individuals.
One guy did want to say that there are plenty of fans that are not, directly from that O&A group.
Yeah, where are they from?
Yeah, we should have him let us know.
The Mississippi
Yeah.
River area.
The alt-right website they advertise on.
But he wants to say we're not all conservative O&A fans.
You're right. I know. I'm
There's
a
some nice
comedian.
people.
I use hyperbole.
There's some nice people. As
take it
the,
literal.
The first thing you said was everyone wants.
Let's
Luchana
do
to
the.
take
Let's
a
do
shirt
the.
off.
Let's do the.
We're nice guys, Just can you tell the broad to pull out her tits?
Yeah.
But other than that, we're good, caring people.
I'm jerking off into a tissue,
But
not
look,
just like anywhere.
I
I love
noticed.
how when they said that, Alexis was like, "Well, what do they want?"
Yeah. I mean, we should listen to that.
I'm appreciating what I can see on the webcam as far as the cleavage goes. But if she can pull out some nips, greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we're great guys. We're not.
Her non-comedian boyfriend is in LA going, why?
Yeah.
Why did she do
Oh
that?
yeah, this is a podcast where you definitely get into a fight with your boyfriend afterwards.
Does your
I thought I
boyfriend
was
listen?
safe. I was gonna do a podcast with 2 married dudes and a guy who has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Does your boyfriend
Deeply
watch
doesn't
your
even exist.
sets or watch?
Yeah.
He
Well,
does.
the first time I met him, we met on Bumble, and then he was coming to my show. He was like, "When is your next show?" And I was like, "Tomorrow." He's like, "I'm coming," and I was like, "Okay, whatever." So I ended up having food poisoning that day. It's my show that I produce at the Standing Room called Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Nice
That
plug.
was a
Nice plug. Like that.
Wednesday,
Natural.
it's on
yeah.
Wednesday,
Smart.
February 8th, if anyone wants to come. So he shows, and it was like Jay Farrow was doing my show, and it was like oversold out and
Right.
whatever. And so I was like, I have
Was it
to
really
go.
Jay Farrow or was it Denzel?
It was actually
Denzel and Jay-Z.
It was actually Michael Che, but no,
Denzel.
Jay is a friend of mine. So I was like, I can't not show up to my own show
Right.
if he's doing the show as a favor to me. So I was like throwing up all day. It was awful, but I
Never
didn't
looked
even
better.
think right. I literally peeled myself out of bed, and my co-producer Walker Hayes, she had to start the show. I was like, I'm gonna be late. I have to stop and get Gatorade and Pedialyte and something,
And take a few shits as well.
I might have to stop and shit my pants.
Listen,
a couple
Walker, I'm
times.
pissing out of my asshole. Running a little late.
And so I get there, and I saw him right away. I recognized him, and his arm was in a sling. He just had shoulder surgery. I was like, oh, this is a great match. You're crippled.
Sorry,
I'm
Luchana, I've been
shitting my
jerking off to you
pants.
too much. Boom! Falling in love right after that line.
No, so I
Hurt
wasn't
my
even
shoulder.
gonna go up.
Told you I was coming.
Yeah, I was cranking the bird too much to your 5-minute set on YouTube.
I wasn't even gonna go up because I was so sick.
Oh,
But
you
then I
went
was
on
like,
stage like that.
I did. I ended up closing the show because I started feeling better, and I'm kind of dirty, so I was talking about how I don't sleep with black guys, and also talking about all these dirty dick jokes and
I'm
stuff.
not saying that's a good
So
thing or
I
a bad
get
thing.
off stage.
It's definitely not a bad thing.
You're just saying that because he's in the audience. It's not even one of your
no,
bits. I just want
I
everyone to know I don't fuck black guys.
What if he was like, oh, thank God? He would say, oh, thank God, thank
That's
God.
the only reason he was okay with my material, because he was like, oh, what a whore. But okay, she's never been
no
with a black guy.
guys.
All
All
right.
right.
That's
I can do that.
Wholesome
No,
girl.
what is this? What is this kid?
So-
Italian? What is this kid?
No, he's Irish, white Irish.
Close
yeah.
enough, yeah.
So I get off stage, and I was like, hey, talking to him, and he's like, this is my mom, Peggy.
Oh, your mom was. His mom
His
was
mom was there.
And you were like,
and I was
"Hi."
like,
That's a
ooh,
fucking. That's a.
hi.
That's
She's
hello.
like,
That's
you
a
never
little
had a
heavy.
black cock, have you?
there. Wait a second. Well, hold
Oh,
up.
she's
Oh, you
not
never had that
that
black
Irish.
cock.
Yeah, you never
Hold
had a
up
black
one
cock.
second. This
What
is
about
I
a black
gotta tell ya.
Irish?
This is fucking interesting. So
Yeah.
this is the. Is this
So,
the? He
well,
brought his mom.
He brought his mom to meet me for the first
He-
time to my comedy show.
He ambushed you with the mom. He
Yeah.
didn't tell you the mom was
no,
coming.
I didn't even.
And he only met you. And he only met you one time
I
before
never
this.
met him. This
No,
was the
this
first
was the
time we were
first
meeting.
meeting? This guy's a
Yeah.
murderer.
Wow.
Wait a minute, but I
guy's a
thought you
murderer.
had an interaction with him before. Oh, on
You're gonna
On
say that? You
Bumble.
haven't
He
seen
didn't
how
even
big he
have-
is? He could be fucking big.
He's
Is he
Irish.
big?
He's big.
All
He's
right.
Irish.
He-
Even if he was tiny, you
I'm
could
calling him a real man. That was
He's-
Alexis Guerreros that called him a nerd.
I didn't call him a nerd. I said he's a murderer.
Oh, murderer. Oh.
Yeah.
A murder.
Bringing
oh,
a
yeah.
mom.
murder.
Bringing a
Bring
mom
mom day
is-
one?
is I'm not gonna. I mean,
Oh,
I'm-
yeah.
That's serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it worked because she was like 85% the reason that I even decided to go out with him because
Oh.
I didn't really talk to him. I talked to her the whole time.
That
we
is
were like
the most
best
Irish
friends.
thing you could do.
Yeah.
We were
was
like
bring
best
your
I
friends.
really liked your fucking show.
She was like,
I like that part when you were getting fucked by all those guys. It was so great. My son's got a fucking.
Oh, jeez.
You can't fuck with her today. She's
I'm
got
trying
the
to get my
shits.
son laid.
She's got the shits.
He never gets laid. He still lives at home. Would
Son,
you fuck him or something?
Yeah, if you eat her pussy, son, wipe your chin off. She's been shit.
Can you bring us another couple of beers? I met my son's wife here.
I sold you. I knit
She's
you a
gonna
sweater.
fuck his brains out.
Yeah. Imagine she was like, why did you show us your tits up there?
Oh, she's a fucking Mexican girl over here. She's gonna fuck Seamus's fucking brains out.
Seamus.
Wait till I call my sister Peggy. We fucking matter.
She's gonna the mom, the priest is there.
He's just there pushing his back into you while you're fucking.
Come on, get her.
Yeah.
You're fucking not doing it hard enough.
Oh my God, dude.
pretty
Live
much.
up to your handle name, you fucker.
I mean,
What's
pretty
his
much.
name?
She was. I'm not gonna say his name.
Oh.
I mean, everybody. You
Respect,
could just
yeah.
go on Facebook and see what his name is. But, what was I gonna say? No, she was like, She after that was like, that's like the coolest girl you've ever brought around. Like, don't let her go.
Oh,
And I was
That's
like
really
dying of like food poisoning and
Wow.
talking about.
It's like a Nicholas Sparks movie.
I know, right?
Don't let her go, whatever you do. I won't, Mom.
So you hit it off with the mother that early, that
oh
quick,
yeah,
the
that
first
that
time?
day, like
That's
l-
crazy.
he knows it. I tell him like she's 85% the reason I even decided to go on a date with you.
Did she
because-
mention anything about your act? Why was she like, I like
Well,
the-
when I first,
I like that
when
part
he
where you
was
said
like,
that
"This is
clean
my
word,
mom,"
the.
and I was
It's a
like,
bit derivative. I mean, I
I
think
was
she's like criticizing it.
She was like, "You're not." She's like, "You're not allowed to hang out with my son." And I was like, "She's like, I'm just kidding. You were so funny." And
Oh,
like,
nice.
but I also
Nice.
don't even know what I said because I was so delirious.
Yeah.
I like did like a couple of jokes and then I just made stuff. I
How
don't
long
even
did
know.
you hang with them after the show? That day.
It's so funny because like my friend, I had a bunch of friends there, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta go talk to my new family. I'll see you guys later." And so I taught, like, they were drinking, I was not, and then she was like, "Can we take you home? Like, can we give you a ride home?" So I was like, "Yeah." So I'm like sitting in the cab between him and her, and
It's like a
she.
weird movie.
Did you have to shit the whole time? We got the
no,
bubbles?
it was under control by
Oh.
then. Yeah.
It was under
I
control.
just
Shove the tissue in there?
It's like you just started getting pale and green, trying to listen. Like
That's the worst fucking feeling
it's
ever.
the worst.
No, but then I remember like sitting in the cab and she was, we were talking about like kids or like being a parent or whatever. And she was
Right.
like, one day you guys will have kids. Like she wasn't saying like us together, but she was just saying like one day you guys will be parents and you'll know like, and I was thinking, I don't even know if I'm going to go out with this guy. Like, what is she
That's
talking
heavy early. They
That
put
is-
it on you
I know.
early.
It's too much.
They
No,
put
but
it on
was-
you
it was-
early.
It was good. I mean, no, he came on a little strong after that. But then he thought I only agreed. So then they dropped themselves off first, and the lady, she was like, "Can you take her home?" So the lady, his mom. So then he was like, "So can I like take you out sometime?" And I'm like sitting there between him and his mom. I was like, "Yeah." He's like, hands me his phone to put my number in there, and I'm just like, I've never given someone my number in front of their mom before. So he thought, like, he was thinking, like, oh,
You
and
only
his
did
mom.
it because the mom was there?
Yes, but it was not true. And then his mom was like, the next day was St. Patrick's Day, and I was like guest bartending at this bar on the Lower East Side. She's like, "We're coming." And he was like, "Ma, I can't. I just had shoulder surgery." She's like, "No, Dad and I are coming. You don't have to come." And then he called me on Friday because I was doing Jay Farrow was headlining Caroline's, and I was on the show, and she wanted to come. He's like, "My mom wants to come." Like, she wants to bring, but it was sold out. She couldn't come, but she really liked.
What kind of social life does mother have?
She's,
Yeah.
Also,
she's
just showing up
she's
to
I have
awesome.
a better relationship
she's-
with this guy's mom than I do
Mom's
with
a
my own
beast.
in-laws.
Yeah, Ma, yeah.
She's the
Mom's
best.
like, I'm dating you now.
She's like.
Luchana, where you at? I'm hanging out with your mom. We're getting hammered down here on Bleecker.
Yeah.
Your mom's buying
Yeah.
blow off of this guy with a ponytail.
Just did a couple bumps.
Yeah, take it easy,
No,
honey.
we like when she comes into town, we like hang out, and she's like, she's so cool. She'll be like, "I love bars. I just really do. I love bars."
Yeah,
She's
that's
awesome.
It's like Greeks with diners. We can't.
Yeah.
When me and Yannis went out for a coffee in a diner, and we just got into peace. We
It's
just
just
felt
peaceful,
You just felt
yeah.
peace. You're just looking
Yeah.
around. You smell it. It's like it's in our
Drinking
you know,
I
coffee.
feel like
sitting
I
there.
feel like as a fat guy, I get to be honorary.
Alexis Alexis is like, I feel like that pizzeria is anything. Gyro spots.
Yeah, you got a good burger guy. I don't.
I
Care if he's
feel
selling it in
warm
the
when
back
I
of a
smell
van.
meat.
Look, I don't.
That is very true.
I feel warm. I just need to smell meat.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
don't
good.
trust.
From your mom.
I don't trust any skinny guy's food recommendations. I
Yeah,
just
it's-
don't. If
no.
Deepu told me like it's a great fucking
I am
burger,
not skinny. I got some pudge going on.
No, you
Get
know.
the fuck out of here.
Well, I'm not like you. I'm not Alexis.
All right.
It's
Whoa,
an eater.
whoa.
Alexis tells me there's good food somewhere. You know it's good.
Because
Giannis was a tough nut to crack, though, with me talking about food. Giannis like, I'm not so sure.
Really?
Like a year later, Giannis like, all right, now I respect
have you seen
Well,
his
we had a disagreement over
pictures of food?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I want all of that. Where is
Yeah.
it? He's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
it's in fucking.
I had
You love pizza too.
I love
You
pizza.
constantly post,
I
and
love
you
She
put
came
a
on my pizza tour.
you put a lot of fucking red pepper flakes on your pizza.
I know, I'm crazy.
She drowns in
Oh,
I
it.
yeah.
take the. I unscrew the.
She's from fucking Chile, dude.
I
yeah.
unscrew the
I
thing
thought she was
and
Mexican.
I sprinkle it like that.
She's
not
Chilean.
Mexican.
Oh, look at me,
Yeah,
fucking
you're so
racist.
racist.
Jesus Christ.
Chile's Mexican. Yeah.
Oh,
L.A.
L.A.
I'm just kidding.
Also, just Chileans don't really eat that much spicy food. It's just because of the word.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually,
Oh,
Cubans
okay.
don't eat that much spicy
No,
food.
not at
No.
all.
I
just do.
I ate Cuban food in Miami, and I was like, "Can I have some hot sauce?" They're like, "Yeah." They hand me Tabasco. I was like, "Fuck this place."
Yeah, that's
Where am
water,
I? Like,
Yeah.
how dare
Although-
you? Like,
although-
I'm looking for some like in-house, like
dare
back
you.
of the kitchen, like.
No,
Yeah.
you gotta. If you go to like a real Havana spot, they got habanero pepper sauce, which is incredible.
I love
Yeah.
that when Spanish people do
Yeah,
that.
they do. Yeah, they go.
Habanero.
No, that's
They got some habanero.
that's what Italians do. Don't we go to the
Although-
mozzarella?
I hate
you gotta
that.
try the
You gotta get the mozzarella with the goat.
Yeah.
Also, they're
That's
not
my
saying
biggest
any
pet
of it
peeve.
right.
When people they're like, "Mozzarella," I'm like, "You're not," and I get it, but I don't go and be like, "Hey, can I have a burrito with black beans and chicken?"
A lot
My,
of Latin people do though.
But
they
they
do
do-
that. They, go,
they
"Get
act-
some
my
burrito."
wife-
Yeah, when they don't speak the English language properly,
Yeah.
you know. With
My
they
wife
have an
actually,
accent. They
first
don't,
time I
like-
met her when we started dating, we went to a deli. I went to get a
On
sandwich.
the beach in Miami.
And she goes I washed it for sure. she goes, it's mozzarella, and I go, no, there's a fucking A at the end. It's mozzarella. And I was like mozzarella. I said it the way you say it. She's like, no, it's mozzarella. Dude, a year later, she's cheating off of me in Italian class in college, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why the fuck would you ever yell at me in
Yeah.
the deli?
Yeah.
Then? You don't even know how to speak your own language.
Yeah.
I ask her uncle. They say gabagool. I go, spell gabagool for me. They're like G-A. I'm like, you idiot. It's capicola. I was like, you don't even know what the fuck you're saying.
They just watched an episode of The
I hate
Sopranos.
that.
That's
I
it.
hate
They,
that.
they soak it in
Yeah.
and they become that. Her uncles are actually pretty
They're like
good.
Big Pussy called it gabagool. You
Yeah.
know?
You want? Let's do some of those stories.
God
All
Let's
right,
do a
sure.
story. I want to talk about this story here. This is an interesting one.
You know what? I just want to say quickly about the Italians. You mind if I say this? Italians fucking hate being stereotyped as like mobsters and stuff like that. Well, how about every time I walk into an Italian restaurant, you don't got the fucking cast of every mob movie
Yeah.
up there.
All
If
the
you
time.
hate being stereotyped so
Yeah.
much, how come you got fucking
I mean,
Christopher from The Sopranos
well, you
with
know-
every waiter in the joint?
I mean, no, it's a good, it's a good picture. You know, we support our actors.
Yeah, but you guys, there's so many mob movie fucking photos in the place, and they're
Right.
like, they don't stereotype us. It's like, how about you guys calm down with the
How you
fucking...
doing, Hendry?
How you doing, Hendry?
That's
Yeah.
my
I'm
favorite.
fucking trying to make this party, Hendry. I do a lot of fucking favors for you.
He goes, Jew blood.
Jew blood.
Prejudice against Italians. Believe that in this day and age? This day and age? Fucking prejudice against Italians? What do we got? Boy Scouts. Let's do this one.
Yeah, so that was a big story that came out yesterday. Boy Scouts will now allow transgender children to join the organization. Any child that identifies as a boy.
So yeah, if you fill out the application with the gender male, you're in
For the Boy Scouts of America.
Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Even if they haven't had like reassignment surgery.
Yes, even pre-op.
If you identify,
Identify.
Wait, what's reassignment surgery?
that's when they swap pieces downstairs.
Or if they just start taking hormone therapy.
Pieces.
Wait a minute, though. What do you mean
When
they
you-
hold on? It's not a fucking car.
No, they do.
Yeah, they replace them. You know, they take out the
They
they
legitimately
take
do.
out the
You know what they
undercarriage.
do? They actually turn your dick inside
They turn your
out.
dick inside out and
Do
turn
you
it into a
think-
puss.
Oh, boy.
So you could still. I'm not kidding. so
no,
you still
but
get
that's-
if you get
wait,
pounded
no,
out,
but
it's like
that's-
jerking off.
Wait,
What if
wait,
they do the other way around?
They don't do anything. You
Wait a
just
minute, what do you
take
mean-
testosterone, your clit grows out a little bit.
So what?
Yeah.
So wait a
that's
minute. They take the dick
Yeah.
and they fold it in.
Not all transgendered people do that. A lot of them are called pre-op. So what they do is they just take hormones. And if you've been taking hormones,
Why do you know so much about this?
because I had to play a character that's that, and so I know everything about him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Marisa.
That's right. That's right.
Well, then what did
right,
Marisa
that's
do?
right,
Did
that's
Marisa?
Marisa's pre-op. She still got the dick. She loves dick. She likes to get into sword fights. That's it. That's it. I'm not trying to have no calamari. Not even on me. I'm not attracted to that shit.
So you learned everything about it.
I know everything about it.
You learned everything about it because of the cat, which is a very responsible thing. That's a very responsible thing. You know, I'm
Do you
sure.
know anything about the island of Puerto Rico? Did you study that?
I know that
part?
it's fucking crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
The old showrunner of my show Infusion was from Puerto Rico. He said
So-
just fucking crowded. Just,
Yeah. A lot of people.
Yeah.
No one's in the mountains. That's
Yeah.
why.
So do Boy Scouts like have to change in front of each other? What's the issue with it? I don't like what's
They used to do that back when I was a Boy Scout.
I love.
They wanted you to change
I just
in front
want.
of the
I just want you to tell Virzi all this. I love watching an Italian from Yonkers
Yeah.
struggle with this. I'm a little confused. Wait a second.
No, he goes.
So hold up a second here. Let me get this fucking straight.
They turn your dick inside out.
So the kid is born a boy, and he wants to be called. What the fuck's the world coming to? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
calling a salami sandwich a slice of pizza. It's just not.
How funny is it that Italians say I'm a little
I'm a
confused?
little confused.
And when Italians don't know or understand, I'm a little. My dad does that. My
It's
dad does
Columbo.
that. Oh, my-
I got one more question.
No, they're
It's
just trying to
Columbo.
politely say
It's-
like,
they're
get
trying
the
to-
fuck out of here
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
shit.
It's a polite. Like
Yeah.
my dad will say, I saw something on TV. I'm a little confused. I'm just like, no, you didn't like what the fuck
Yeah,
you
yeah,
saw.
yeah,
I was watching this TV show, and then the white actor, he was kissing a black guy. I'm just a little confused. It's kind of sending the wrong message, no?
I mean, look, I'm not saying. Look, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. You know,
just-
I mean, we need to
Yeah.
stick together.
I mean, I'm
look,
just saying it's not a bad thing.
I wasn't raised that way.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. So what's the problem?
So what happened was,
I'm not saying they can't stay in their own neighborhoods. I mean, that's fine, you know?
I'm just saying, don't
I'm
cross over
just
the
saying,
line.
don't come across the big deal, you know?
You don't got stores.
I
in
mean,
your
why would they
neighborhood?
want to come over here anyway, you know? I mean, we're going to hit them with a bat, so why would you want to come over here? I don't understand.
so the kid's mom actually sent him to the Boy Scouts and didn't tell anybody that the kid had female genitalia. And she got a call one day from the Boy Scouts, and they just said, "Hey, listen, I guess there was an incident which no one ever talked about, no one ever explained, but somehow they found out that she had female genitalia, which is another weird part of it."
Right, when the camp counselor tried to rape her and was
Yeah,
like,
I was
I don't like these parts.
Yeah.
Where's the little dick?
Yeah.
That's what I'm in it for.
Take the kid in the woods for a little
I
fun.
know, right? What the fuck
happened
here?
over there?
20 hours a week
He
for a
sends-
little dick.
sends
and
it
you're
back.
coming in here with a pussy?
Sends it back like an undercooked steak. There's something wrong with this one.
This boy's no good. This boy's no good.
Tried to rape this one. Says it's a boy. Lied to me.
How am I supposed to jerk it off?
Yeah. I can't suck a dick if there is no
You know,
dick.
molesting's not like it used to be.
Not like it used to
I'm
be.
a little confused.
I'm a
I'm a little confused here.
I'm a little confused. Usually the dick comes out. You know,
That's the tiniest dick I ever seen.
so what? So, okay, so
So there was a lawsuit after that incident because they tried to take the kid out. She
Yeah.
sued the Boy Scouts, and she has won. Everyone's kind of just addressing. Every organization is addressing their political views through these small actions
right.
nowadays. Like now we have a Starbucks. You know, they said they're going to hire 10,000 refugees, and now people are boycotting Starbucks because people don't want to support that point of view. So it's an interesting time.
So every micro. Okay, I get it. So it's little things, little cases
These
that
little-
represent.
Everything's becoming politicized.
Got you.
Yeah.
know.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Well, the thing about the kid with in the Boy Scouts
Yeah.
is it was, I don't understand. If it feels like a boy, it acts like a boy. It's a boy. Is that, you know? I mean,
Well, it doesn't feel like a boy in this case. Wait, no, I mean,
Let's
No,
ask
it
the
does
camp
feel like a
counselor.
boy.
Let's
The
ask
only-
the camp counselor. What's it feel like?
Look, the kid was born as a boy, you know? Like, the kid's born as a boy.
born as a girl.
She's
no,
born as a
no,
girl.
it's born as a girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she feels like she's a boy, you know? Her brain is different. You know, Danish scientists have done studies on this. The brains are different. They light up different. You know, more empathy, more kind of a female brain. The kid feels like she's a boy. The only thing that makes us boys and what makes us girls is just fucking either testosterone or estrogen, which we both have
Right.
in us.
Right.
So there's some girls, you know how they're like a little masculine? There's a
Yeah.
higher testosterone. How about that chick from Connecticut? Or Brittany, the chick in the WNBA who's got a fucking Adam's apple.
Yeah, Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner. You know, she's a girl,
Yeah.
but, you know, it's just these people who have a hard time with the blurring of lines.
No, there's
It's not your fucking business.
No, that girl
Nobody-
Brittany
kid-
is like a boy.
girl's
yeah.
not going to do anything to your kid,
Yeah.
all right? If this happens in, like, let's say Park Slope, Brooklyn or something, nobody has a fucking problem with it.
Yeah.
It's just because everyone's accepting. It's just these areas where people aren't used to something.
Right.
So they fucking, what the fuck is it? The kid's
Yeah.
just fucking
I
a
love,
kid.
I love how Giannis prefaced it with like, yeah, there's Danish scientists.
There's
Yeah.
Danish.
he always knows like a
It's like
science.
yeah.
Scandinavian
They've done.
test.
They've done autopsies on transgendered people's brains to
Okay.
see them differently. They've also done CAT scans. You know, they know everything about how your brain lights up. I mean, that's how they know when certain people are psychopaths. You know,
or like
they have a
like
serial
certain
killer.
parts
They
of the
look at the
brain.
brain.
Qualities.
Yeah, it's
like,
different qualities that light up, and the transgender brains are 100% of the time different than straight male. I'm talking about, male to woman pre-op or post-op transgender. It's always different from male, I'm
But
sure if you look at a gay guy's brain, it's different than,
But what if this
he's dreaming about cock all the time, lights up, cock, 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 cock.
Oh my God, that's got to be. You guys got to have that on a
That's
fuck.
a
Yeah,
drop.
that's got to be a drop. Yeah, it's like, cock.
That's the name of the episode. Cock, 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 cock.
You know what, dude?
Science look. People say it's unnatural. It's like, well, then fixing someone's heart's unnatural. Well, then, giving someone cancer surgery is unnatural. The list could go on and on and on. There's no such thing as unnatural. Everything is in nature.
There's no such thing as natural.
There's no such thing as unnatural.
All of it is
Everything
natural.
is in nature.
Right.
Okay? If you're given if you start taking estrogen, you grow tits. You become a chick. You just don't have a puss. But you still can be hot with a dick. And people might jerk off to it.
But what about-
I'm not saying I did, but I'm just saying.
if this girl though was hanging out with these boys, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like starting to come into puberty, and they just start talking about that shit. I mean, that seems like that would be a.
But she already don't think and act like a girl, so for her, she'd be like, yeah,
I mean, I
jerking
think
off,
it's more of an issue for her because, I mean, I don't want to think that the Boy Scouts are going to bully their fellow boy Girl Scout, but you never know. You know what I mean? Like, because people like to bully someone that's different. So that's.
Yeah, but that's going to happen anyway.
How old?
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's. I mean, if she wants to go through that, I don't know.
I just don't like the hypocrisy. It's like,
yeah,
it's like, is this America or is it not?
No.
right.
Or is it Europe? What does freedom mean to you?
Right.
So it means you can do the things that you want, right?
That
As
they
long
can.
as they don't hurt anybody else, but
Right.
other people can't do what they want because
Yeah.
it's
It's
making
not-
you uncomfortable or
Yeah,
something.
it's not
Right.
affecting-
If you don't like it, fine. I'm not saying you can't like it, but you can't fucking try to hurt somebody or protest the place or call it immoral. Who the fuck are you?
Right.
Maybe you're immoral. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Everyone, go to another one then. You can not like it if you don't want, but you can't infringe or encroach on somebody else's freedoms or what they want to do. That's what America's about. I just hate that hypocrisy. Like, we're for freedom, except no, this, that, the other thing. Here's a list of 1,000 things
Yeah, they
that
can't
we're
feel free
against.
about- yeah.
It's fucking freedom, dude.
I would feel it would be hard for the girl. I would feel like for
Right.
the girl to want to be in that would be really fucking weird and hard.
Who the fuck are we to stop a girl from doing something
Right.
she wants to do,
But that's,
or a
like,
boy
great.
because she
That's
wants
on
to be a
her.
boy?
She
No, that's
wants
great.
to-
Just
yeah.
to protect her. It's like, dude, when I was a kid, like, there were bullies, there were gang members. My mother wasn't like, don't walk the street. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta be able to survive in this world. So go learn. If this kid wants to be a Boy Scout and she feels she's a boy, look, it ain't gonna be easy for you, kid. Get out there and fucking learn how to make a fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
The universe doesn't give a fuck.
No.
Doesn't give a fuck. Everyone needs to calm the fuck down. All right? You're a fungus growing on a rock, floating in nothingness.
See, the problem
in a
is the
vast
people that believe they're going to be judged for it when they die.
Well,
That's the people.
get rid of that 7th century nonsense.
I agree.
Those are the same people who hate Muslims for believing all that dumb shit.
Yeah.
So you believe dumb shit too. Now the issue is there is
Right,
an
that's
issue.
a good point.
Yeah.
Because it's both sides. Yeah.
Ah, it's just you
the
believe
same
in
thing,
7th century shit.
It's like a guy in
Yeah.
a church laughing at Scientology.
You believe that the
like,
fucking
What are you doing?
You think there was Adam and Eve and a woman was made of a rib out of a man, and you think the world is there's no dinosaurs. You're like, it just started. There
Right,
was
but
just humans.
I think it's different
We're
with
fucking
Scientology.
apes.
Okay, I think it's different with Scientology, though. I do think it is.
How?
Here's how I think it's different.
How?
Because at least with a god, right? And it's just my opinion, but at least with a god, it's something mythical that we don't know and that we can't see.
Right.
Okay, L. Ron Hubbard wrote a fucking comic book.
Right.
Like at least there's a.
Not different, dude.
It's
the
He
same
believes in
thing.
aliens. I bet you there's a huger chance we'll know that there's aliens someday than there is a God.
And also, he wrote a book. We know who wrote it. Who wrote the Bible? It's a collection of stories people used to tell to each other. They never. even
Nobody
it
wrote
down.
anything down for 300
Yeah.
years.
Have you guys seen this thing
400
that Leah Remini's
400.
doing? What this chick is doing on?
Yeah.
Have you watched what
Yeah.
they do?
I'm very
Crazy.
proud of her.
But I wanna
it's
say this.
amazing what
to
she's
come
doing.
out of this and
Yeah.
to do what she's
I
doing.
want to say this
Yeah.
about the transgender people. There is the issue, and I understand this issue, and it's parents struggle with it. It's like, at what age do you determine that this kid knows
Right.
that what he or she wants to do? Because a lot of these kids
What they
do
feel like.
regret it. That does happen.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Like if you're a 7-year-old kid,
Right.
and you're like, I feel like I'm a boy. I want to be a boy. I identify as a boy. That's just how I'm built.
She's a girl, but wants
To be a
boy.
girl, wants to be a boy. I'm transgendered, and you're a parent. You're going like, am I gonna let this kid? Because this stuff is irreversible. It's irreversible. You start taking hormones and stuff like that. It's irreversible. It does things to your body that are irreversible. So this is such a huge decision of such unbelievable magnitude to let a 7-year-old decide. Because what does happen, a lot of these kids do it, and then they end up regretting it, and they say, I wish I would have waited a little bit because my feelings changed.
Did you see the thing of Ruby Rose from Orange is the New Black?
No.
She said that she felt like she was a boy, but she never had the surgery, and she's glad because now she's like, I want to have kids. Like, I'm so glad I never.
No,
did
that'd be
that.
tough to like slap on tits and then not want them, and he, like,
And it happens, and that does happen.
Yeah,
and
that's-
And then not want him.
You could do that with pizza.
I feel like
and
if
not
a guy
want 'em.
got a set of tits in any way, he'd probably be like, oh, that's
Yeah, I
okay.
mean, cutting your dick, but you can't make any sexual moves like that until you're 18 anyway, right?
No, that's not. It depends. No, you can do it.
If
the
your parents
You can't give a
you.
7-year-old
your
fucking-
parents and demanding it, like your parent.
Yeah, there's a girl who has a reality show. I
Fuck,
forgot,
yeah.
like a young girl. I forgot the name, but she has like a reality show about her transition. And
I
everything.
think Frontline or 60 Minutes or I can't really remember where.
Dude, that's almost criminal. You can't give a 7-year-old fucking shit.
Well,
to him.
that's where the
crazy.
issue
Dude, my
comes
mother
in.
didn't let me pick a menu item at a restaurant at 7.
Yeah, you can't be. Yeah, yeah. Be like, I
You're
don't
not
want a
having
dick.
the chicken
I don't want a
parm.
dick.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the doctor on Monday. We'll take care of this.
But I'll tell you what you eat for dinner.
But you are having mac and cheese.
Yeah, you better have this fucking. You're eating all that chicken.
all your vegetables
and then,
before you
then
get
if
up.
you eat all that chicken, we'll take your dick off.
Yeah.
But not until you eat all.
I think they should wait. A little.
Obviously.
But then on the flip side, if they start early, then but then on the flip side, I understand because if you really want to be a girl, you start early. Before because they do testosterone suppression, so you basically become a girl. I mean, you could not tell. The earlier you start, nobody in this room
Could tell
would
ya.
be able to tell because it's basically a girl. Those are real tits. There's a real feminine figure, high voice. She's a girl, except she's a girl. Everything about her is a girl, except
Except like hands,
Yeah.
feet, and like Adam's
no,
apple.
not necessarily. Because
Not
if you're
even.
taking the
I've seen-
estrogen from that early,
You
your
never
body
really
develop. You
yeah.
don't develop as a man. You develop
stay-
as a girl. Because that's the only thing. That's the only thing that makes us girl or boy is those two chemicals, testosterone or estrogen.
Have you gotten a handy from a transsexual?
No, but I would. Yeah, if she's hot.
You said something
Yeah.
that I still quote.
Yeah.
That if you got tricked, do you remember this?
What would I
If
say?
you got tricked by a girl, if you were fucking someone from
I
behind,
wouldn't stop it. If I was
No, you
attracted
said,
to
would
the
you
person.
you'd reach around and feel a dick. What do you
Oh
remember?
yeah,
what you
that's a
said?
good joke actually.
It was fucking
Yeah.
great. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I said I'd reach around and just pretend like I popped through to the other side.
It was his own dick. Like it was his own dick. He was so big he went through and he's like, I just pretend I'm fucking.
Yeah,
Dude, that is.
that's funny.
That burned itself in my brain. I'm like, that is
I
still.
wish I
no
didn't
big
have that
deal.
fucking-
Just pretend like I popped through the other side. It actually felt like my dick's that big that it came out the other side.
Yeah.
Look,
That's-
I'm a straight man. I love women too much. It's I just like I'm like very heterosexual. I would everyone's kind of on a scale.
Yeah.
I'm like tortured by like how beautiful women are. Like it's just like always a thought in my mind. Like I just like if I was a Roman emperor, it would just
It'd be lit.
bad. It would just be
Caligula.
bad. Yeah, it'd just be like it would be bad. And
What the
I just bad. And
Saddam Hussein's kids.
yeah,
were
it's
like
like if I'm attracted to you because you have I'm attracted to femininity. So if you embody femininity, like just like a girl, and I can't see what's in your fucking under your dress or your pants or whatever, I'm gonna be attracted. If I see a dick, am I gonna go, whoa? I'm not just gonna. All right, well, I guess we're doing something different tonight,
Yeah, but I feel like with
I
me,
look at
once
my
I
own
saw
dick
the-
all the time.
I don't know,
Yeah,
dude.
but
If I got a
once-
sandwich and I'm like, oh, this is tofu, I wouldn't eat it. You know what I mean? Like,
No, but I've looked at my dick, right? And I've admired my
Same
dick.
thing.
You know, sometimes I look at my dick, not a lot.
Because you got a big dick.
But
you
like,
said you
yeah,
got a
I
big
got
dick.
it. No, but if I sell my dick, right? Again, I'm going in the
How
shower.
hilarious would it be fucking seeing Virzi naked with a big dick?
just dragging
Just
it.
5'8", walking around,
yeah.
a little gut hanging out, just big fucking mule. Off to the right.
We keep moving our seats back.
Off to the right.
We keep shifting back.
Yeah, but I feel like if you see that dick, if your own dick, it's different. If you're messing around and you think it's a woman and a dick popped out,
A limp dick's ugly, but a hard one is
I do a bit on the lip dick is the ugliest thing
it's
ever.
the
But
ugliest fucking thing.
but I'm saying if
a
you-
hard dick's kind of like,
It's a little aggressive. A hard
it's
dick. I
like-
don't think I want to see a hard.
here's the deal.
You don't want it.
I don't want a hard dick near me. No.
You've
rather
never
have a
double teamed a
soft-
girl?
You
No.
You'd rather have a soft dick?
I wouldn't want any dick if I had to.
Well, right, but
a
you're
soft dick tells me this guy's not ready for action. I think I'm a little safer. Yeah, a hard dick is like anything can happen.
Touche. I like that.
yeah.
That makes sense.
To me, it's just a sex
But
organ.
if you were making out with a girl that you thought was attractive
And
and
she
you were
got a
trying to hook
hard
up with it, and then you felt on her pants and you were thinking you're gonna rub her,
Yeah,
and,
pussy. You could say it. We're on a podcast.
Yeah, but
and it was a dick.
and
Yeah,
all of a
I'd be
sudden
like,
your
yeah, I'm sorry, but the night ends right now.
I'm saying
not what I
like the
signed up
hard-on's
for.
got to go down at that.
Yeah,
No.
you got to at least get soft again.
You
for me
think
to
in
finish?
theory it would, but communism also is a
he
great
means
theory.
Your hard on.
Doesn't work in reality.
My erection.
No, I mean his hard-on.
Yes, his. If
Oh.
he's
This
making
just got
out,
really
yes.
fucking weird.
Yeah, no,
No, his dick. Everybody just went like this.
My dick
It was almost like a
falling into the
standoff with
Here's the
guns.
deal. Here's the
I know
fact.
what you're talking. I know whose dick.
Here's
you're
the
talking
data.
about.
I'm not saying like get away from me. I'm not gay. I'm just like this isn't what I signed
That's
up
fine,
for.
and that's fine. Hey, I mean, if that's the way you
All
react, that's fine.
respect to you.
I don't know if I believe it 100% for the people who say it generally. I think people are scared of it and they say fucking. I think if they were in that situation with a hot ass fucking transgender girl,
then-
But
to
see,
me,
that
no.
takes away the hot. That takes
Yes,
away the
all
hot.
right, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
That could be fine. But here's the reality. Transgendered porn is like the third most watched porn. of
That's
all.
because people don't know what else kind of porn to
No,
watch.
I also
They're,
think-
like,
Really?
I also
well,
think
I
it's
mean,
that guy you were
they
talking
want,
about who
like-
doesn't know.
Yeah,
what
I've
it
never
is.
watched it
Googles
once.
it,
Really?
it's like, well, I guess I'm gonna see the whole thing
It's
right
the
here.
third most watched porn. So there's a lot of guys,
Yeah,
and
but-
they're
Yeah,
all
because they're
straight
curious.
guys.
They're also
They're all straight guys that
everybody's
identify.
curious.
You ask a gay guy if he likes a transgendered person, 100% of them go.
But it makes sense that it's third.
yeah.
It makes sense that it's third because you have hetero, then you have gay.
Well,
and
you
then
got
have that.
you got lesbian. Oh, you got a lot of
But
categories.
also,
You got like
the
lesbian.
transgender probably appeals to other people, like maybe gay people.
Nope,
or,
it
you
doesn't.
know.
But it does not.
Really?
Yep, it does not. You see, we're
Again,
learning
with
today.
the facts. You
Ask
got all
it-
the transgender
I do.
facts.
Ask a gay
You're
guy.
saying that it's attractive
Go
only
ask
to
it.
straight males.
It's only attractive to straight males. Yeah, or maybe
Yeah, but
bi.
how can they prove that?
Yeah.
How can they prove that?
Ask
Yeah,
them?
how-
Just ask them.
How can you prove that only straight men are going to tranny?
Because
Yeah,
that's-
Is there anyone on the
you know how
message
many
board?
straight guys
Yeah.
or how many guys I know that my gay male friends have hooked up with who are straight guys?
Well, that's gay to me. I don't ever want to hook up with a guy like a fucking straight,
that's what
hairy
I'm
legged.
saying, but that's what I'm saying.
No, a
They
guy with
can't-
fake tits. Now
Is
we're
it-
talking.
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying,
But that's
though.
ignorant. That's ignorant to
That's
call him a
what you
guy
just
with
said.
fake tits.
But that's what I'm
That's
saying.
ignorant.
They can't
It's-
prove that it's only straight guys that are interested in this because
Yes.
I know
That's not ignorant.
straight
What if that-
guys that have hooked up with my gay guy friends.
Right. If
Does
they
that make
consider
sense?
themselves
Say
straight,
that?
I guess.
Wait a
they're
minute. So
straight.
you know what I
yeah, but then
mean?
they're not straight then.
Exactly. So neither are
That
the
to
guys
me is a
watching
little
the
weird. But
transgender
according
porn.
to Thomas Dale, then they're straight. That's the only guys he's attracted to, straight guys, and they do that. They have a kink on the side.
Yeah,
or
but
a
that means
fucking-
they're not 100% heterosexual.
Well, that's. I
Right,
mean, is
'cause
anyone
that's-
100% heterosexual? Then how did ancient Greece happen? What happens in jail? Is everyone 100% heterosexual?
Well, I mean, I think,
think
You know?
Also,
I
do you
think my
have to say
boyfriend
ancient
is.
Greece? I think we all know.
You
what
know,
happens on those
I mean,
islands.
it's not just Greece.
Yeah, no, it's
happened
true.
in the Ottoman Empire, the Roman Empire.
Happens in every empire.
Happens everywhere.
look, you know, I
Is
remember,
everyone 100%? I mean, I think it's a scale. I think that's the most.
No, because I can look at a man and go, that's an attractive guy, but I don't want any part of. But I remember, I'll give you an example. I remember I was in the mall once, right? I was in the mall around Christmas time years ago, and I never forget. I just saw this girl's figure, and it was I'm not even joking. I was like 18, 19, and this girl's figure was like, I couldn't believe it was everything. The curve and the ass was coming out of the yoga pants, and my dick just jolted. No, my dick jolted. My dick just pulsated.
It
Like
woke
it just
up.
it just it instinctively. I didn't try. I didn't do anything. My dick just was like, whoa, you know. And then if I see a good-looking man, that's like, oh, that guy must get girls. That guy must crush it.
Yeah.
My dick won't do. Like it's just I'm not. So
Now, what if that girl was transgendered?
my dick would see her dick and go, no.
No, I'm saying if you saw her in the mall.
Oh, then that's different. Yeah, that's different. We didn't say that. I'm saying you could be kissing. You could be hot and heavy and into it. But I'm saying once you
The
feel a
moment they
hard on
know
that's
that
not
it's
yours,
not- yeah.
and it's in that's a game chick because then there's
Yeah,
a pair of
that's
balls
a
and then the
boner
whole
killer.
thing gets into
Right.
your head.
Boner killer.
So you were. So let me get this straight. So you were attracted. So when you were attracted to everything about her, everything, just fucking hottish, made your dick jolt or whatever, until you see the dick.
Yes, he's not looking for a dick. He's looking for
Yeah.
a vagina.
A
Yeah.
dick is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is.
It's not. If it's not to you, that's fine. It
Yeah.
doesn't. I don't.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
give
if
a
I
shit.
believe you 100%.
All right. I mean, there's only one way
I'm
to
not
prove
sure
it. Show me your
Let's
dick.
get
and watch
one in
mine
here.
not move.
Yeah, I
Let's
mean-
get Bailey J in here. See what happens.
I've been around her. I've met her.
Yeah. I remember
and
people
Is she
saying-
hot in person?
And it didn't, you know.
She's a very effeminate-looking
very
person.
Yeah.
very nice, very
Yeah.
you know. But it's just like it didn't, you know. You see the.
And I remember she said she has a boyfriend or a
Well,
husband. I
you
don't
two
know how
guys
she got a
may
husband.
be, you know, that may be the way it is, but I tell you what.
Look, I've
straight
seen-
guys are watching it. It's the third most watched porn.
Good for them.
You
Dude,
could say
I
you
want
don't
them
know who's
all-
watching it, but just ask.
I
Ask
wish-
gay guys if they watch it.
I wish they
gay
could
guys
all-
don't watch
I'm
it.
not
wish they
saying
could
gay
just
guys. I'm
be
saying
that.
the same straight guys that are
Yeah.
hooking up with gay dudes
I don't know if that's the
and
dominant.
have girlfriends. I've met these guys. They have girlfriends.
Straight men
and
that
they're-
watch transsexual porn are not 100% straight. Why would you? Because why would you? Because that means that you want to see penises all
I
over
think
the fucking
that's.
joint.
I think that.
You want to see
They're all
penises.
over
You want to
it.
see
They're all
balls.
over
You
it.
want to
Get
see.
it outta here.
Wait a
balls
second.
and
Do you guys
dick.
watch? You guys
I'm a
watch
little
porn? You watch
confused.
straight porn?
I'm a little
I don't really
confused.
watch porn.
You watch
man.
straight porn?
I mean, I don't watch it as much anymore, but that's the porn I
There's a
watch.
lot of hard dicks in that too. You're watching another guy.
I watch what's it called? That's
Banging
Chappelle's
a girl.
joke. Chappelle said he's got to have more. There's got to be more girls or equal amount.
Of dicks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's hard dicks in there. It's a phallic symbol. It's
Yeah,
like
but
a,
here's
I
also,
actually
it
think
does
about
something
that
to
in mind.
porn. When you're watching
It
porn,
does.
They put you guys in a study. That's the way we'd really know. They'd put you in a study. They've done this. This is how they know who watches it and who doesn't. This is how they know. They do studies.
Is
I
that
mean,
the
then
thing
you
they
just
put-
you're just rejecting all data. Then
Why
and,
don't
you
we
know that
just
that
get
seems to be the
light-
culture in
No,
America
No
now.
one's rejecting any
I can
data.
unequivocally tell you I've never watched.
They
my children.
will
I've never
put
watched.
you guys. They'll hook you up. You know, they hook you up to fucking sensors, and they hook your penis
Yeah,
up
they
to
put the
see.
thing around your
They
dick.
do
I've
that,
seen
and your
this.
brain. They do everything.
Yeah.
And then they show you the different types
It's
of
just
porn.
the dick. I'm like,
They show you
it's
the
in a
different types
van.
of porn, and they see what happens. And you know, a lot of the studies that they've done, a lot of the guys who are like, "Fuck that! I would never do that." The guys who were like, I don't like gay porn."
Why do they have
Those
to
are
be
the-
Italian accent? Yeah, fuck that shit. Get the fuck out. Why I'm a little confused.
The guys who are like very open-minded,
I'm very confused right now.
they
with what you're
find
showing me.
the guys that are like very open-minded, kind of just like say, "Yeah,
You know, one day I was at my mom's house. She made
they're
some
always
lasagna.
a lot straighter
I watched some
in
porn.
what they like than the guys who are like, once this is a dick, I'm out. I don't like gay," and then they show them gay porn, and then we always want what you know.
But
we always
that's,
want
it's like
what-
the guys who are like the congressmen from the South that are like so anti.
Yeah.
So what are
They're the
you
ones
Exactly.
trolling
Yeah.
for dick.
So what are you saying? Are you saying
I'm
that
saying
if a straight
sexuality.
man-
No, I'm saying sexuality is a scale. I'm saying it's a scale.
Don't disagree.
It's like a scale, right? So you can be like
90%.
90%, 8, 9.
Yeah.
You know, you're on a scale. I mean, you know, it's like we do it for reproduction, but it really feels good. You can't help the things that attract you.
Exactly.
And it's a scale. And I'm also saying transgendered porn, the people who are attracted to third sex people, you can ask transgendered people, and you can also ask gay people. And ask any of them. It's not going to be the exception. Gay guys, every gay guy will tell you that does not turn them on.
Right.
So who's watching it? That's my point. Who is watching the third most watched
Closeted
search?
I think
homosexuals.
closeted homosexuals.
So then that means that fucking, you know how many homosexuals there are? No, they're not.
Or,
Yes.
or if they can't explore that in their real life, they're doing it. They're watching so much more porn
Exactly.
per
yeah.
capita, which is why.
Yeah, well,
it's
that's
so
what they say.
popular.
They say when you've watched enough
That's
porn.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
You know what's
it's
actually
like people like different. You know,
you go
like
down a
different
rabbit
stuff.
hole
It's
after
like,
I think
yeah.
you've seen everything that you
Literally.
want to
You
see.
guys are
Midget
just looking for.
porn.
It's hilarious because you guys are looking for
No,
rationalization.
I'm
giving you
saying.
actual information.
No, you're not giving me anything that
We are, and
that
we've
no,
actually agreed with
no,
you, and
you're
you
giving
refuse to
none
accept
of you
it.
are giving me any
What's the
data.
answer you
What's your
want?
data? You're just saying the reason is I know the reason.
No, I'm not saying
the
that.
reason
What about
is
the other
I'm
options?
I'm
What
telling
answer
you
do
the
want?
data.
We've
I'm
literally
telling
agreed
you.
with you. We've literally agreed with you every
The
step of the way,
over-
and you will not
No.
accept it.
What's your data? What study have you read
None.
that says that these guys are closeted homosexuals?
We've agreed with you.
No, you just said they're
I gave you
closeted
another option.
homosexuals.
That's an option.
So I want to know what study you read where that says that the people who
I
are
gotta be
watching
honest, this doesn't
I'm
take
not
up a lot of my
saying
time.
that it-
Well, then there you
I'm
go.
not
And
saying
also-
that that's the fact. I'm saying I know
Hey,
straight guys who have hooked up with my gay guy friends.
Are they watching transgendered porn?
Probably.
Can we
Ask
stop
them. Oh,
calling-
probably is not going to cut it.
Giannis, do you think
you
that
know what?
person is straight? Hold on. Do you think that person is straight? Someone who is in a heterosexual
and
relationship,
getting and
but hooks up with
blowing a gay guy or getting
blowing a gay guy. That's
I
the next
think
level.
that
Is that, a
that
straight
person knows in himself what he's really into, and that could be a kink on the side that he likes. Yes.
But you don't think
It's up
that
to him.
kink, you don't think that kink slides him down that scale closer
It
to gay?
slides him down the scale,
Closer
but
to
if he
gay.
identifies as heterosexual,
I don't think it's.
then he's
I'll tell you this.
heterosexual.
I don't think it's the third most watched. Deepu, look that up. I, don't
I
think
actually
it is.
did look
is.
it up, and I have the 25 most searched terms on
Data.
Pornhub.
Go
Are
for
we
it.
going? Can we use that? All right.
Deplorable. I'm giving you all these
Yeah.
names for Alex.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking Into Deepu. What do you think?
No, terrible.
Oh,
Okay. Anyway,
It's not
so
a 90s R&B album. So.
that's true.
okay.
God, I hope
so
I'm right
the
here.
top, starting at
Suck if
number.
I'm wrong.
I guess we go from number 1. Yeah. The most searched term on Pornhub this past year was stepmom.
Sounds about right.
How funny is this? Wait up. Bobby just texted me. He texted me, don't look at your fucking phone when you're doing the show. And I'm just looking at my phone to see that text.
Yeah, he's on the chat room right now. But the second most.
Hey, Bobby.
Why isn't he here?
Bobby!
He's on the chat
I
room.
think he's on the road or something. But
I don't think
Yeah,
it's. I don't
he's
think it's the
busy.
third most watched.
So
Let's see.
stepmom.
Hold on, we'll get to it.
Good.
Stepmom.
number 2 is cartoon.
Ugh.
Wow.
This is the third most watched. Though. This is third most Google search
these
within
are like
Pornhub.
terms, yeah.
Yeah.
Top U.S. searches of 2015. So only U.S.
Yeah.
2015.
2015.
Yeah, but it's 2017. Where are those?
that is true.
Yeah, no more data. I'm scared I'm going to be wrong. So let's
Hold
just
on,
get out.
Say the third. Say the third.
No, look, lesbian is third.
Third. Lesbian.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
4th is teen.
Uh-huh.
Fifth
Oh,
is black.
Hilarious.
7th or 6th
Six is MILF.
MILF.
How far do we have
Yeah,
to
see,
go to
I
get
How
into
far to
transgender?
transgender?
Transgender is not on this list.
Oh, doesn't
that's
even
not
make
2
the list.
years ago.
That was
There's
my
been a lot
my
of
first thought after that was that's a wrong
advancements
stat.
and-
That's a wrong stat.
No. There's Google
this was from
most
2015.
watched porn.
Linda, wrong stat.
Go Google most search.
Come on, there's
Crushing
Ruff. There's
I'm
Dominique.
crushing
They did a.
Come on.
I'll
Big
send you
pun
the
over
TED
here.
talk by these 2 scientists who did it.
Oh, now I'm on porn.
Yeah, it's like, no, these 2 Danish scientists. I swear.
There's a study in Fiji.
I'll show you.
people
I'll
eat
send
lamb.
I'll send Deepu all the articles. You post them up.
Go to I'mALittleConfused.com.
I hope that's the name of this.
Do you know? Yeah, and you see, know what it is? Giannis said it so confidently.
We all believed
you
it.
fucking hook.
Because it's true. It is true.
You
We
said
all
it so
believed it.
confidently.
It is true.
When did you get this information?
I've been
the
reading. I read all about it. I'll send all the links.
Dude, these
I don't have them on me right now because I'm
I've been
sitting here.
reading. I've been
There's
reading.
2
Nice.
scientists in Lebanon. They said that people eat rice after 10 p.m. The third most.
They're most.
Third most times you eat rice after 10, not before.
Here we go.
Transgender
I'm gonna fucking
chickens
Google
make
it.
up 35% of the food you're eating.
Dude, you like soup? They say if
Giannis, get off your phone. Bobby won't.
There's 4
won't like that.
scientists who never graduated college. I still respect them. Who said?
if you eat liver, you like dick more than the
Yeah.
next guy. I swear to God, this Chilean
There's a
fucking
Russian blog. You got to translate it on Google, so I might be a little wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can find 2016 stats, but
Why?
just nothing's coming
I
up.
love how stepmom is 1.
And then MILF is like number 5.
Gotta be though.
MILF
isn't
is
it?
like number
I don't-
5.
There's a lady in your house who's kind of hot, but you can't. You
Yeah,
can
but she's
fuck
blowing
her.
your dad. It's like
Why is cartoon number 2? Like that's
That bothers you?
yeah.
That seems pretty safe, actually. I'm
what
happy
the
with that.
fuck? People
No one
like
gets-
it's actual
no one
cartoons
gets-
having sex. I've never seen.
I bet you
cartoon
pissing.
porn.
I would guess pissing is more than transsexual.
Especially now after the
No
whole
way.
Trump thing.
No way.
There's a lot of people that like that pissing,
No
man.
way. Are they straight? Is that straight?
What pissing?
Getting
Pissing?
pissed on?
Yeah, just a little dirty.
Yeah, you just didn't get hugged
I think
enough.
I think it's actually like kind of like a self-deprecation. It's
Yeah.
a really, to get pissed on or shit on means you really don't think highly of yourself.
I had a friend whose
know?
whose girl.
You can't be like, yeah, shit on my chest.
yeah. There
I
was a-
love myself.
yeah. I'm a beautiful person. Yeah, no, put the cellophane foil around my face.
Listen, punch me in the nose while you're shitting on my chest. It's
Yeah.
just, I'm into it.
No, I had a great relationship with my dad. Why do you ask?
All right, here we go. Here we go.
What is the message board saying while he's pulling this up? by
Here's
the
the
way?
Sydney Morning Herald, Australia.
Australia.
All right.
You're saying- the headline is, "Our sexual desires exposed by neuroscientist porn study." So these are neuroscientists doing the study.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Straight men are aroused by penises as homosexuals. The study also gathered some revealing insights into women's porn searches. The study, which dubbed the world's
Women's porn search is like clean house.
20 sexual interests that account 20 sexual interests that accounted for 80% of all the porn people watched and spent money on them. The top 5 categories are youth, gays, MILFs, breasts, cheating wives, 4 body parts, straight men, where
Are we just listening to you?
Giannis is. We're listening to Giannis try to find his.
And he starts mumbling as he realizes he's wrong.
heterosexual men search for penises almost as often as they search for vaginas, and out of the top 35,000 most popular adult sites, roughly 1,000 were devoted to large penises.
So that's either just gay.
The
or-
study found that the largest audience for she-male, male-to-female transgendered porn was heterosexual men. This is an erotic illusion. These are erotic stimuli that trick the perceptual machinery of the sexual brain by combining different sexual cues in novel combinations.
I think that's also a big part of it. Is like,
Yeah.
you know, like sexual stimuli doesn't
Right.
have a rhyme or reason. You know, like there's people that like will take acid and they'll come when they see blue light.
The
Like, you know, they're not
researchers-
gay
What?
because they like blue light.
Well,
you know?
and then
Wait,
they're
what?
debunking what you guys are saying. They're saying the researchers have dismissed moral panic that argues pornography is encouraging men to pursue degrading and perverse sexual habits. Said porn was a reflection of male desires rather than a creator of male desires, and erotica generally functions to liberate and satisfy sexual. Yeah, all the studies that they've been doing tend to suggest that the perception that the more you watch, the more horrible shit you want to see isn't true.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Well, that's just, but in all fairness, that's just an Australian study from a couple people in Australia.
No.
right?
This is an Australian article about a study done by neuroscientists.
2 neuroscientists.
Yeah, did a
Okay,
study on
Did
it.
a study. Okay.
And there's been other studies.
Well, look, I mean, listen, if people want to see that shit to just, I don't know. I mean,
Go
it's
for it.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
I don't care if
whatever
you go
gets
out
you
and
off.
do it.
Right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
You don't tell other people they can't do something. That's all.
And look, I'll
But
be
go
honest,
out
if
and do
I
whatever you
fucking
want.
grabbed a stiff one and I liked it, I'd be like, all right, man, what the fuck? You know, I'd be like,
You'd be
you know,
like, hey, is that a robusto?
hey, I would say to my therapist, I'm a little confused. Yeah, I grabbed this dick,
Yeah,
but I
gotta-
mean, for me, I'm not into it. I'm
No,
not
I was
into
at the
it,
deli. Why do you ask?
I was at the
I was reaching for the chips. The dick was there.
I mean, and then something happened.
Yeah,
Now-
mayo everywhere. I gotta talk.
and every time I eat a Dorito, I think of a dick,
I gotta tell you, I'm starting to like it almost as much as I like Doritos.
but not the original.
Yeah, no, Cool Ranch. I prefer. Where'd you go? Where's the therapist? When did they leave?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Giannis is.
I see
looking
Bobby
through
right
every
now.
website.
I see Bobby right now going, what the fuck is Giannis doing? Why the fuck?
My wife is calling. She's probably watching, going, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Oh boy.
Bobby's actually in the chat room. He wants
All
to
right.
say, he wants to say his top.
So I was wrong. According to this. I was way wrong.
I fucking called it. I knew it. You said it way too
On
confidently.
Pornhub, no, on Pornhub at least.
Yeah.
On Pornhub,
That's a fucking huge one, no?
That's
it's a
what-
big
He
one.
just gave
It's a
us
big
that
one.
info.
Yeah, no, well, no, I'm just saying it ranks 22nd in the most searched.
Ah,
That's
okay.
pretty
See,
high.
those
Yeah.
But
Australians
that's still pretty
don't
high.
know.
Of all the categories, redheads, blonde, you can go anywhere. It's 22nd.
I think it's, I actually.
And it's saying here, porn insiders know. Like they're talking about what porn insiders, like the industry
Is
knows.
that a job?
Like the people
I'm a
who make porn.
insider.
I see, you know what he said that? I just picture people in suits
Right,
going into
right.
an office
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
listen, you know,
I'm a
we
porn-
did a study, okay? When cum goes across
all-
the face,
yeah.
and like they're just all buttoned up.
We're all Danish scientists. How are you?
So check this out. It gets Shemale's 1.51% of category views is still significant when you consider that Pornhub sees 60 million visitors per day. Over the last few years, our search and category diversity has grown, so individual types of porn are smaller proportionally. For example, the number one searched category is lesbian at 6.39, while amateur, for example, gets 2%. So it's right under amateur porn, Gmail. So
Well, that's. I mean,
that's significant.
It's great that someone who is into transgender, that's their thing,
I-
now
I-
has a category.
We got here from Boy Scouts. Just want to remind everybody.
Yeah, we got
we
here
were
from
talking
Boy
about the
Scouts.
Boy Scouts,
This
and
poor
now
boy who's actually a
we're-
girl is actually searching for female porn. Can't get in.
Google Analysis, Google Analytics bears this out. In a comparative analysis, Shemale has 2.74 million hits.
This is like a-
Tranny has 450,000. T-girl has 90,000, and transsexual has 60,000.
This is like an
Look, I look at it.
NPR
Look, I look at it. I look at it like.
So that's not;
like-
those aren't gay guys. I mean, it's not gay.
Welcome to
because
This
those numbers.
American Life.
The gay guys is 1 out of 10. I think is the.
Look,
the
I think
study.
whatever.
So just that those numbers don't add up, you know. And it's like, and gay guys just don't like transgender porn.
But that's fine. But
Yeah,
then,
all right. We spent enough time.
Yeah,
on
we
this
should
shit.
listen. Whatever. Yeah, whatever people.
Whatever you
think-
want to jerk off to, jerk off to.
Right.
Get it out of
whatever.
your
That's
Fuck
it. Whatever
that.
you want to jerk off to, jerk off
Yeah.
to. You know, I just think all I'm saying is grabbing a dick when I'm making out, somebody will throw a wrench in my.
This is
evening.
what I'm
That's
saying.
all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
That's all I'm
saying
saying.
I'm attracted
I
to
ordered-
femininity.
I ordered steak and there's a
a
shrimp
wrench you
in
didn't
here.
ask for.
I've seen some transgendered women. This is what I'm saying. I've seen some transgendered women that are so attractive that like I'm attracted to them. Like
I've
I just
seen them too,
I'm
and
just
I'm like,
attracted
why is
to
your
them.
body?
Yeah.
better
Now I don't
than
know what
mine?
would
You
happen
were
if a
born
fucking
as a man.
if a horn came out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would assume
You
I'm
saying she's
because I'm
Jewish?
so horns.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm so attracted to it. Like I know me. I wouldn't feel gay doing it. You know, I would just be like I'm attracted to
Yeah.
this person.
To you,
And that's
this
your
is just
business.
another experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I would not feel the same way with dudes because I'm just not attracted. And in fact, some transgendered women who have masculine qualities, that's kind of a turnoff to me. If they look, I'm talking about the ones that are like fucking,
Yeah.
he just looks like a woman.
Like
Soft
Laverne
features.
Cox. She's really pretty.
Yeah, she's even a little masculine for me.
Really?
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
guess because she's really big, but she's beautiful.
Yeah.
But somebody has shown
I'm not
me.
saying she's
and,
not
and this
beautiful.
is, and that's your thing. But somebody has shown
It's
me
not
a
just my
beautiful.
thing.
Somebody. No, I'm saying.
Even you guys would be attracted, but then you'd see the horn
no,
and you'd go,
what,
all right,
what
no.
I'm saying. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that just
They're-
proves.
No, that's
they're
what I'm
not
about.
saying-
But
yeah,
that just
they're not
proves
saying
that straight guys are attracted to transgendered
No,
women.
it's not.
Well, let me finish.
No, because
They
you're
don't
you're
know.
Let me
you're
finish.
fixated with the femininity. That's
right.
what attracts you.
You're attracted. So straight man is attracted
Yes,
to them
But he
until
doesn't
you
know
get the
that
horn.
That's them. Yeah,
Until you
because
get the
he
horn.
thinks it's a woman. They're attracted
Until you
to
get.
the-
But that's
What if
almost-
they got
it's-
an ugly pussy when you get there? Have you ever been turned off by an ugly or smelly pussy?
Yeah.
All right. So what's the difference? Were
because
you
it's not
attracted to her before you got there?
Yeah.
All right. Point made. Now let's move on.
We've agreed
did-
with
yeah.
you that entire time.
No, but
Okay.
I saw a picture of. Somebody showed me a picture and he goes, "Look at this," and it was a beautiful woman. And then I saw the breasts and it was beautiful breasts. And then I saw her hog and I was done.
Yeah.
You know, it was just you know. So what?
Have you ever seen the transgendered model? What's her name? She actually got in trouble in Jezebel. Jezebel tried to get her in trouble for actually quoting Maurisa in Twitter. She said, "I'm trying to find a classy white nigga to pay for my tits." And
Yeah, that's right,
Andrea, she's
I know
like
you're
one of
talking
the
about.
biggest models in the world, and she's transgendered. If you saw her, she is so fucking gorgeous. She's like fucking Kate Moss. Fucking,
No hint of a man.
Just fucking. Can you pull her up?
gonna try it.
Pedjic. She's Australian. Andreja Pedjic or something.
Okay.
Is Bobby in the chat room?
Yes. 1 second.
Is
Is she in Zoolander 2?
I don't know, dude. She's like one of the
Maybe-
biggest models in the world.
Andrea Pejek.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna
Yeah.
question your Google skills if you can't find her.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not.
Can
Oh,
you
I
put
thought
it
it
on that screen?
Throw
'Cause I
some
can't see
pics up.
anything.
I'll pull up her Instagram. Well, you pull up her Instagram.
And what?
I just
It's your
lost it.
background on your phone. Look at this before you see the hog. You know?
It's a picture of me with my dick in her hand, just looking at
You
her.
Photoshop yourself in the background. You got one hand on the dick.
Just saying, there's way too much judgment going on about that shit, man.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
I just think it's what you're attracted to.
What you're attracted is what you. I mean,
What
look
you're
at
attracted
that,
to
dude.
is what you're attracted
Take a
to.
look at
Which-
that
which-
fucking verse. Look at that.
This is right here.
Look at that.
Pull
yeah.
the one up in the bikini.
Yeah.
That's a man.
That's a man. Born a man.
Born a man right there.
Born a man.
But she
my
doesn't.
man.
But she doesn't have a hog.
Huh?
She doesn't have a mule.
She had a hog. She cut it off. She decided to
This
cut
is
it off.
every animal.
Not cut it off. That's rude. She,
Wait, this whole
Well,
time
I
I
mean,
wasn't on
she
the camera?
inverted it. She didn't, well, because she didn't cut it off. They invert it.
Okay.
They
Oh,
invert
she
it
didn't-
inside.
But some get actually cut off,
Invert
right?
it. Dude, the line between male and female
You know what they do?
scientifically is so thin. It's so fucking thin, you'd be surprised.
My
Yeah,
wife
you would
and I-
never know that that's a.
Of course you wouldn't.
My
She's
wife and I were
more
watching
gorgeous
it.
than most
Yeah.
women. She's
My-
more gorgeous than most women.
Not
wife
my
and
type. I hear you, but not my type.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You like a fat ass, but what do you want from me?
So you could tell me you could do all that. You can't put a little bubble up there. My wife and I were watching this thing about like Thailand, and of course they got to like the training. I don't know. Can you say training?
Totally
Training
okay culturally over there, by the way.
Yeah.
And they consider themselves straight.
Yeah,
So it's like you got to go outside the scope of America.
but one girl
It's
said
totally straight
she
over
doesn't
there.
have it anymore. She's like, no, they do the surgery here. It's not that expensive. She was like talking about it, and the guy asked her, does it still work? And she's like, oh yeah, I still get wet. And that's when I was like, I kind of want to turn this thing off. I'm not against it. I'm happy.
Wait, what do
it's
you mean
there.
she gets wet? How?
I
Yeah.
She still
understand.
get like it's the guy's pre-cum still comes out of her vagina, and I was like, this is like too much information.
Yeah, well, when you put it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
What's that right there? I'm
But-
confused.
Hey, well, who was here before me?
But I think it is worth noting in Thailand, it's an old tradition that goes all the way back. Culturally, they don't think it's weird at all. And they
No,
don't
like
think
in-
it's gay at
in
all.
India,
But I don't
they used
think-
to have male masseuses that would suck you off. Like that's been
Yeah.
through culture.
In
I
what?
think in old Indian culture, they had like male masseuses that it was like straight guys would go and a male would massage you.
But they
and then they would
actually,
suck you off
in
at the end, and
Thailand,
that
they
was okay.
actually, like, they revere them
I'm a little
because they think
confused.
that they have sort of both, they have both spirits, male and female.
Right.
So they think that they're just kind of
Native
deeper human
Americans. I
beings.
forget
yeah.
what tribe it is. They had 5 genders.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
male,
they eat
male,
rats in
female.
Vietnam. So, people, different strokes for
It's
different
it's
folks.
it's what you want.
It's what you grew up with,
It's
too.
what you
And the
wa-
culture you grew up in, too.
Yeah,
which affects your brain.
It does.
I bet if you guys were
Yeah,
born over
I
there,
mean-
you'd think differently. It's a lot of it is cultural. You
Yeah,
know?
maybe. I mean, and that's again, I'm fine with whoever wants to do it.
Yeah.
Thank you for
I'm in
this.
fact, I'm all for it. I hope
lesson.
all those guys that are secretly
Yeah, I think
searching
we're
this
all in
out,
agreement.
yeah,
All
could
right.
go out there
All right,
and
I
do their
think
own
I think
thing.
we're pretty far into this, so I think we should
Yeah.
wrap this
Why don't
puppy
you
up.
tweet at us and let us know what you think?
Yeah, yeah.
What is Bob? Who's in the
If
chat
anybody
room?
has any questions about further transgender, just
Besides
tweet
Giannis.
Tweet it at me. I am the
Giannis
expert.
knows everything.
Yeah.
Giannis knows a Danish scientist that'll answer all your.
I'll send that link about the
Yeah.
study
He
that was
knows
Tweet
done.
about-
Giannis
Yeah.
at Danish scientist. It was him the whole
Two
time.
neuroscientists.
They
Three
did
guys with
autopsies.
a chemistry kit.
They did
stole from the
autopsies.
nephew said.
You know what's funny though is that is kind of becoming the dominant culture in America.
Is what?
Whereas like people are always like, when it comes to like studies and like empirical evidence and
Right.
science, you know, it's like everyone's like, you know, they
I think
just
it's also that there's so much data.
all these
you know?
scientists. Well, there's a lot of bullshit data
Yeah.
out there, but all these fucking poor scientists that dedicate their lives to figuring
Truth.
out cures,
Just truth.
Yeah.
advancing technology. All this stuff that they do, the shit that they can do to your heart now, how they can save your life and prolong your life is crazy.
Yeah.
These guys do study after study. That's how the scientific method is. We do the study. We do studies. We do data.
We
That's what
prove a
psychiatrists do.
hypothesis, yeah.
We prove a hypothesis. If it doesn't work, there's a great quote by one of the physicists. I can't remember his name. He says, doesn't matter how smart you are, doesn't matter how great your explanation is. If it doesn't add up in study, if the data doesn't support it,
Yeah.
it's wrong.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how brilliant it is.
You
It's
know,
wrong.
a lot of them are saying they're going to start running for office now. There's a whole group of scientists that say they're tired of being told
It's really
that
scary,
information
man.
isn't like real anymore.
Yeah.
They're so scared of the fact that society seems to be going away from intellectual data that a lot of them are starting to gear up to run for office.
To get into because they go by the numbers.
That's the real problem in this country that nobody talks about. Is
Lack
how
of
fucking
intellectual-
stupid we are.
Yeah.
That's the real problem.
Well,
And you
I
know,
mean-
it's the hypocrisy of fucking Hollywood that comes out and says, we want gun control, and like there are all these liberal agendas, and then they make all these big budget fucking shoot 'em up movies
yeah.
where guys are just heroes, blah blah, and then everyone fantasize, I'm gonna be that good guy with a gun. I just go blah 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 blah. You know, it's like you're conditioning these fucking morons. All these reality shows with this dumbed down nonsense.
Yep.
All these fucking shitty comedians who go out like really like 12-year-old fucking jokes, like the shittiest fucking, and they love it. They cater to this 12-year-old sensibility.
Yeah.
You know, that's what, you know, because it's easy. The hot chick, the big tits, the fucking young hot comedian who's up there, you know, you fucking, you know, I'm farting in the elevator type of shit.
Yeah.
And then the fucking reality shows where it's drama. Hey, bitch, you said that? Fuck yeah, fucking throw these plates at your head. And then the movies is just this summer, Mark Wahlberg is in Diving Gun Guy. And then you fucking, pow, but just fucking shooting everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you wonder how this happened. You wonder, and then they underfund education. We're 18th in education. I know I'm throwing a lot of stats out there.
So many stats.
But
We're 18th, just behind transgenders.
our
in
education, we've
According to
become
the
so
Australian study.
fucking stupid that people can't think. They don't know. Nobody even studies logic. What did you have a logic class? Did anyone have a logic class? I did. No.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Another
coloring
stat
book.
wrong. I had a logic class.
Yeah, it's too. Nobody
you have
has
a
logic
logic?
class. Everyone's fucking coloring until they're like 27. You're in a coloring class.
Did anybody
Nobody
have a
takes
logic class?
Nobody takes logic. Nobody takes fucking logic.
Who
The
minored in
basis.
logic?
Yeah, my major. I'm minored in logic.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
majored in
Yeah, I majored in
psychology.
common sense.
Unbelievable.
All right, so let's wrap this puppy up. See what everybody's got. Alexis, what do you have coming up to plug?
Illuminati Party is the show that I run. It's a secret location. It's in a basement, and we don't promote it. But hit us up. Hit me up at Not Alexis, and obviously Cooligans. If you guys like soccer, please tell me you guys like soccer. If you've ever even watched soccer, check it out. We're comedians first. Soccer.
What
fans
does the
second.
data say about what Americans like in soccer?
It's definitely not third.
It's actually second. 12 to 24-year-olds. Bam. We coming.
I was totally wrong about that. I admit it.
I know a
Yeah.
British scientist. He said
Yeah.
soccer.
Yeah. 3 Danish guys yelled goal, so we did it. So yeah, soccer Cooligans on everything. Follow us on Instagram. You'll be one of 10,000.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That's outside.
And you'll be the one of the only Americans who
Ah,
follow.
we're 80% American because I have the data to back it up because I can hit a button and it tells
I
me.
don't buy in data.
Yeah, you got to name this one fucking data or scientist or some Danish scientist, whatever. Luciana, what do you got coming?
I have my show at the Standing Room on next Wednesday, February 8th. It's called Fuck, Marry, Kill, and it's like the game. We play the game. We have a great lineup. 9 p.m. Wednesday, the 8th.
Well, what do you mean you play the game? You actually ask the question, like...
Yeah, so everybody like in the audience writes down the name of anybody well-known, dead or alive, and then each comic draws one. The first one, the audience will yell out, fuck, marry, or kill, and then you talk about why you would fuck, marry, or kill, or how. You would be so good on the show.
Yeah.
What are you
But
doing
my
next
feelings would
Wednesday?
get hurt if people want to fucking kill me. Wait, so we perform and then you guys.
And then you pick 2 people in the room to do the other 2 things. So if they tell you to fuck Justin Bieber, you talk
Yeah.
about that, and then you'd kill.
I'll do it whenever you want. It sounds fun.
Okay.
Wait, and then do
and
you?
then you choose, so you can like fuck, or if they said fuck.
I'll
Justin
fuck,
Bieber,
marry, and kill
you
all
can-
trannies.
You're about to get so many emails and hate tweets.
And then you do a regular set.
Yeah, if you want. Well, actually, like one time we had Pete Lee do it, and he did his whole set as the game, and it was so awesome. Like he came up with stuff. He's like, I've never been able to do these jokes because you just find things, or you just who knows where it takes
How
you. But
fucking funny is Pete Lee?
it's
very funny.
he's so funny.
And
But
how
he
about a
killed
great
that
guy?
show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would like to do it. I see a ranking of the nicest guys in comedy. You know?
Yeah.
There's like some really nice guys, but mostly
Pete's
shitty
top.
people. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know
Myself
about that.
included.
I don't
Yeah.
know about that. Shitty people? Maybe
Well,
not great people.
no,
we
shitty
got,
people.
no, we
is-
got some monsters.
There's
in
some
this
shitty
show.
people.
monsters.
Shitty people is a heavy. That's heavy.
You're right. They're not
That's-
murdering people.
That,
yeah,
that's
you're
a
right.
shitty
You're
people's
right.
heavy. But
No, the
right.
shitty
Shitty
person is the
personalities.
one who doesn't still know me.
oh, you got to tell me that after this.
I will.
Okay, so that's
I think I know
October
who it is.
8th.
No, that.
I mean,
Wait,
February.
I'm
February
confused. What's going on? A shitty person that
Next.
doesn't know her? What
Oh,
are
you
weren't
weren't
here
here
yet.
yet.
Oh,
It's
what is
it? Yeah,
next
well, yeah.
Wednesday, February 8th,
I'm sorry.
Standing Room, Long Island City. And
Yeah,
you
we said
can-
October
and they'll-
earlier,
You can
so.
follow me on. Well, I mean, I have to spell out my name, but I'm
Do
sure
it.
just go to this.
Follow her
at
at
Luchana.
Luchetta! Weba! Luchetta! Burritos!
Gatica.
Gatica.
Yeah.
Gatica.
Yeah.
We did tell you she's not
There you go.
Mexican, right?
Yeah, I'm not Mexican.
Yanni, what you got coming up, buddy? Anything to plug?
I'm sorry I called you Mexican.
How
I
dare you.
genuinely thought you were Mexican, not because I was
I don't care.
confusing
I
you.
have Mexican siblings. It's fine. I'm not offended.
So you are part Mexican. Oh, they're
Half,
somebody, yeah. All right. Well, and you're from LA, so I thought you're
Yeah,
from LA.
that's-
You're like from LA, right? Like you're from there, right?
So you thought I was
I
Mexican
thought you were,
based on
yeah,
that. That's
from LA.
racist.
I'm from LA, bro.
Are you from Queens?
I'm from Brooklyn. How dare you, Queens? Fucking
You're
Queens.
Greek, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Mm.
Should
What was
be.
that quiz show? And they're like, I'm from Queens. I'm from New York City. And he goes, Queens is in New York City.
Queens is brutal.
Yeah.
We're so arrogant as New Yorkers, we get arrogant about other boroughs
Yeah,
in
yeah.
New York.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
fucking
true.
Staten Island. Get out of here. All right.
What do you got?
I got tour dates coming up. They'll be on my website, yannispappas.net. I'll be at Gotham and I got a whole bunch of dates. So go check my website, follow me on Twitter, and try to catch me and Virzi smoking sticks at Soho.
Yeah. What do I got? This Friday, I will be at the Comedy Shop for my buddy James D. Benedetto at Mount Arlington. That
I'll
is
be there.
at the. You will be there.
Yeah.
That is at the Courtyard Marriott. Also, February 17th and 18th, I will be headlining the Comedy Connection in Providence, Rhode Island. That's one
Love
show.
that room.
One show Friday the 17th. 2 shows Saturday the 18th, and a bunch of new dates coming in for 17 on my website, paulverzi.com. I want to thank Bobby Kelly and Deepu.
Yep.
And
you
you
got
know
it.
what, dude? Podcast. You could also follow me on Twitter at Paul Verzi. And
We got just 2 more announcements.
Yeah.
Follow this show, YKWD Podcast, on all social media platforms, and download the app, Robert Kelly's You Know What Dude app, on the iOS Store or Google Play Store. Go Premium, get access to premium content. And we have Bobby's dates on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. He'll be at Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples, Florida. On the 11th, he'll be at Cabot Performing Arts Center in Beverly, Mass. And the 18th, he'll be at Cherokee Casino Koala Ballroom in West Siloam Springs, Oklahoma. So you can check those out at robertkellylive.com. That's it. Thank
How
you,
about
Paul.
you,
You did great,
Deepu?
man.
oh, thanks, man. Had a good time.
Where are you going to be, Deepu?
I have a couple
Grizzly pear.
I could be. If I had self-esteem, I could be. Next week, I actually have a couple of shows. One at Bar None on the 14th, Valentine's Day, blowing off my chick for that, so that's always a good time. And the 16th, I will be at Karma Lounge hosting a show for my friend Kwame. Always a good time there. Yes, check those out. Dates on my Twitter, R2Deepu.
And then you'll be doing comedy in Pakistan once Trump gets fucking rid of you people.
I hear comedy's good there, so I'm excited. No soccer topics, hopefully. No soccer.
Look, even soccer is fucking.
They love it
poor
out there.
kid.
Yeah.
They fucking love it out there.
All right, we're done. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.